Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving to everyone wherever they are right now. I hope you've gotten a day full of lots of food and, whatever traditions you follow for Thanksgiving. I just want to say that I am here by myself today. My dad is in Texas right now with my stepmom's family and everything. And so he probably won't be here. He might try to pop in for a few minutes, but I just want to say from both of us that we are both extremely grateful for each and every one of you guys for coming in here and hanging out with us every week. We truly appreciate it. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this, and we have so much fun doing it. So, we are so thankful for all of you guys, and we appreciate everything you've done for us. Oh, he did make an appearance. He is listening at least. But yeah, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We appreciate you all, and I'm ready to watch some football. I watched a little bit of the Detroit Lions and Bears game. The Bears came away with the win. Game-winning drive was like 18 plays from Andy Dalton. So I don't know what's going to happen with Matt Nagy, and I don't know what's going to happen with the Chicago Bears, but they did break their 5-game losing streak, and the Lions continued their 15-game losing streak. I know they haven't won since they played the Bears sometime in 2020. But tonight we're going to get into the Dallas Cowboys and the Vegas Raiders. Both teams kind of needing a win right now. Dallas is leading their division, but the Raiders really need a win to get back on track. I am a Chiefs fan, so I'm always rooting against the Raiders, but for today, I am rooting for them because I don't like the Cowboys, and I don't see the Raiders nearly as big of a threat than I do the Cowboys. I know the Chiefs beat the Cowboys, but still, I think that this is one of those times you got to pick and choose your battle, and I would rather see the Cowboys lose today than the Raiders win. Or the Raiders lose. And so, yeah, we're just a few minutes away from kickoff. I'm going to run through the chat and, say hey to everybody, but just filling you in a little bit about what's going down so far today. I know I talked to Tim from Alley Cat Treasures is in here, and Puppet Master was in here way, way early. He was in here like 2 hours ago, but I appreciate you stopping by and say hey. And I saw JP slide in here. His turkey beer. And my dad, like I said, who is in Texas right now, but he might hang out in the chat a little bit here and there tonight, and if it needs to be, he might pop up in here if he can. I know where he's staying in Texas right now, there is not good Wi-Fi, not good cell service, and so he doesn't have very many options so far with using the internet that well. He's probably on his phone right now. They're still doing a lot of the pregame stuff, but kickoff is supposed to be at 4:30. It's 4:27 now. So I know it should be just about any minute now. And I just want to say I am streaming the game and not watching the game on TV, so I will be about probably 15 seconds behind live. Also, if anybody in here hasn't, I did drop the poll in the live stream. Go ahead and go vote. I'm going to take it down at halftime just to see everybody that pops in here what they think and who they think and how they feel about it. Puppet Master said Cowboys probably going to win, but Raiders. Yeah, I hate the Raiders, but I'm gonna root for them in this game. I feel really bad for them. Their team is kind of exploded, but I think that despite the John Gruden stuff, everything else, I just feel like they should have never put a sports team in Vegas, but can't go back now. They have a really beautiful stadium, and I'm probably going to try to make an attempt to go out there and visit it sometime because I just want to go see it. I will definitely be wearing a bunch of Chiefs stuff just so I can, probably make somebody mad because that's what I enjoy doing. But I do want to see the stadium. It's very nice. It's nicer than the baseball field they were playing on before. They never should have had a team in Oakland or Vegas. I mean, Oakland isn't much better, but with sports betting and it being the party city, I just feel like it was a recipe for disaster putting a team in Vegas. Now with Oakland, that's a whole nother story, but I don't disagree at all. I like that we have Tony Romo announcing this game. I think we had Troy Aikman in the last one. But I am curious to see how the Raiders do match up against this Dallas defense, who, despite their record, they've won a lot of games this year. I still see a lot of flaws. I know that I don't know if he's active or playing, but I know DeMarcus Lawrence had been activated, and so that should help the Dallas defense. But I don't know. I still feel like there's a little bit of flaw there. And the Raiders are far from perfect, but Derek Carr has had a decent season. They've played good on the big stage this year. Well, more so Monday Night Football, but I get robbed every time I pass by Oakland. The bridge costs way too much. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I am so glad I don't live out that way. Because in Indiana, everything is fairly cheap. And I hate toll bridges. Like if I go to Chicago or, pass through Louisville or any which way, I will take the extra hour drive to go around the tolls because I don't want to pay to drive. Blackbeard Jay, what's up? Happy Thanksgiving, my dude. Hope everything is well for you today. I'm just laughing about that. I get robbed every time I pass by Oakland. I think even that might be true even if there wasn't a bridge, Puppet Master. Yeah, Jay, he'll probably see your message. I think he's still in here. I know he's in the car. I talked to my grandpa who he is staying with, and I think they said they're going to Cracker Barrel. So he'll be in town and have enough internet /service to come in and hang out for a little bit. So I saw what Puppet Master said, but everybody else in the chat, who do you want to win? Not who do you think's going to win, but who would you like to see this game go to? Because right now it's showing 80% Cowboys, 20% Raiders for the win, but I'm just curious who you guys would prefer to win. What's up, Brockton? Happy Thanksgiving, my guy. Hope you and your family ate lots of food today. And I hope you're having a good Thanksgiving in general. And how is your arm also? Because I know you've been a little bit out of commission. I think it was your arm. I have a really bad memory, but I tried out for the Raiders wide receiver once. Turned out to be the elementary team. Raiders legit couldn't tell the difference. Man, Puppet Master, you're awesome, dude. I don't even know how they're a team, really. They have good moments, but at least they're not the Lions, I guess. Sucks still. Yeah, I figured it was still kind of But you're getting through it. Hopefully it'll start turning up for you pretty soon here. So I think we have one last commercial break that already started, and I think we're going to get to the coin toss and kickoff, and then we can get this game rolling. Chicago got lucky. Thanks for your comment, Rock City. Yeah, they really did, but I think it's more of Detroit's bad luck than anything. Detroit could have won at least 5 games this year, and they just have tremendously bad luck always. So, I mean, I agree, but both teams did look bad. I mean, Andy Dalton had a fairly good game other than the interception he threw, and David Montgomery, I feel like, really didn't get going much until the second half from what I could tell. I didn't get to watch the whole game because I slept in today. But it didn't look like they had much luck on the ground in the first half either, but the Lions lost DeAndre Swift, that sounds right, and the Williams kid, he played really well filling in for his spot. But yeah, that's why I didn't do a play-by-play for this game because I didn't even really want to watch it that much. So that's why I just skipped that game as a whole and skipped right to the 4:30 game. All right, so it looks like the Raiders are going to be kicking off first. This game is in Dallas, so Dallas probably will win this game, but I would like for an upset here. Yeah, it looks like the Raiders are going to be kicking off first, and so Cowboys will start on offense. They like to draw everything out. It's already 4:35, and I don't even know why they set a kickoff. I think Dak Prescott's a good quarterback, but I think I would like him a whole lot more if he didn't play for the Cowboys. All right, finally, let's go. Let's play some football. I think that there's definitely room for an upset because of how the AFC West has played against the Cowboys this year with Denver and Kansas City. I know that the Chargers did not beat the Cowboys, but I feel like they should have. Like, there was a lot of dumb calls and dumb things that had happened in that game. Not that I'm rooting for the Chargers. I do like Justin Herbert, and I'm fine with my division getting beat, but I think that the Chargers should have won that game. So they line up first and 10. It was a touchback. And it starts the game off with a handoff to Zeke. He slipped, but he ended up getting about 3 yards. Yeah, he stumbled right up on that run, and so he probably would have got an extra yard or two. He ended up getting 4 yards. So we're gonna have second and 6. Dak Prescott has been hamstrung by mediocre O-line and not using Zeke as much as he should be. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what they pay him for. They might as well use him. It is a back-to-back handoff to Zeke. He only got about a yard, maybe a yard and a half that time. So they gave him 2, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. But, yeah, I mean, the O-line has definitely been his problem. Of course, the defense as well. Last year especially showed even when he was still healthy, the defense was horrendous, and that's why he had to throw 60 times in a game. All right, let's see who's going to win this battle on 3rd down and start this game off. They got Dak lined up back. He's dropping back. He looks for the check down to Zeke, but he gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, and that's a 3 and out for Dallas to start this game. The Raiders, have had some issues. They have some great players on their defense, but they have had some issues in the past playing on the defensive side, being able to stop anybody. So this was a great way to start this game, especially being that it's in Dallas, and you already know that environment is hectic because Cowboys fans are insane. So they just punted. It's 4th and 3. It's a great punt inside the 10-yard line, and he is returning it. He's made it to the 20. He slipped a tackle. He's at the 25. He made it all the way back to about the 32. That was a pretty good return because it didn't look like he had anything when he started off right there. That was a 60-yard punt. That was, yeah, he boomed that thing because they did not get any yards on that play. So I enjoy watching the NFL kickers, whether it's field goals, punts, or kickoffs. I don't know why, but I feel like they're kind of underrated. So it looks like they're gonna run this with Josh Jacobs first. Yep, they handed it off. He's going sideways, and he only gets about 2 yards there. So it's gonna be second down. 12:54 left in the first quarter, or 12:50. Yeah, well, the clock's rolling now. So it's gonna be 2nd and 7. I have to bow out because my cable feed just kicked off. All right, Rock City. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully you get all that figured out because I understand how that goes. Derek Carr passes to Waller and gets about 13 yards and first down. So the Raiders have already been more successful on offense in this first quarter. But the problem with them is, can they sustain it? I mean, Darren Waller is a stud. One of the last things Gruden said before he got out of there was he was the best player he's ever coached. And Gruden's coached a lot of legendary players. But I'm a super fan of the tight end position, but he's fantastic. All right, Derek Carr's dropping back. He throws it deep down in the middle, and he got Deshaun Jackson for a touchdown early score. Wow. It looked like he was about to step out of bounds, but he kept his feet in. So the Raiders strike first with 11:45 left in the first quarter. I will put the scores up on the screen instead of in the messages. Wow. That was such a fantastic play by Deshaun Jackson. He's getting acquainted with this offense, and I feel like every time he's on the field, he gets a little bit better with them. It was a great pickup. He was the main reason that the Raiders did not go after Odell Beckham, which in return has ended up better for them. 56-yard play. That's a fantastic start to the game. Seven points in like less than a minute. All right, I got the scoreboard up on the screen instead of in the messages. So we're going to head to commercial break. That was a 1 run, 2 passes, all the way down the field for a touchdown. Now it's time to see how Dallas responds to that. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that, honestly. I didn't think that seemed like something that Dallas would have started the game with. So the one thing that I had mentioned earlier on, and it was before the Denver game, and I kind of leaned towards favoring Denver before they played that. I wasn't sold on Denver winning that game, but I thought it was going to be an interesting game, and they ended up basically blowing them out until like the fourth quarter, and then the defense started resting and Dallas started scoring. Was that 1 or 2 big losses from Dallas could really shut them down, because that's kind of how they've trended the last couple of years. They'd start hot or start a little slow and then get hot and then kind of tumble towards the end of the year. And I think as well as they're playing, I think it's still possible that happens. And if the Raiders win this game, that division is not great, and it never is, but it could be up for grabs if Dallas loses this game, and everything gets a little more interesting because Philadelphia is heating up. Washington's a little further out, but they're heating up. I would basically write off the Giants, but you can't really write off anybody in that division because it's that division. They've got Freddie Kitchens calling the plays now because the New York Giants fired Jason Garrett, which after that loss to Tampa Bay. And I understand, and I think it's more so because it was a New York team and they've got very aggressive takes to how they do everything. So if you're bad, you're gone, basically. But I know everyone looks at Freddie Kitchens and then looks at Cleveland and is like, no, it's going to be horrible. But I don't think he'll be bad being in the coordinator situation. So with that being said, I can't write off the Giants just yet, even though we should. I'm praying for a 50-0 Raiders. Yeah, me too. 100%. I don't even want the Raiders to look as good as they already have this game because, like, I hate them. But I I would rather a blowout by the Raiders, just like Denver did. That's fine with me. I'll take that all day, every day. All right, so they just kicked off. It's going to be a touchback, so Dallas is going to try again at their own 25. That play to Darren Waller was a great setup for that deep ball, but they threw that. I kind of saw it coming, losing their coach after that Tampa loss. Yeah, they didn't lose their coach, which I can't remember who their coach is, but they lost their offensive coordinator, which is the dude that was coaching the Dallas last year or the year before. Coordinator. He was in Dallas. I don't remember what he was because I try not to pay attention to them very much. He wasn't even there. I think this last year was the first year he was there, or maybe this year. They did not give him very much time, but I really feel like that Tampa game could have been way closer than it was. So it started off, they ran the ball up 6 yards and got second and 4. I'm a little behind because I was just talking. So they handed off the ball again, and they got a first down this time. But the flag came out right there at the end. And that was Zeke Elliott for the both runs. I still believe that the Giants could have won that game against Tampa Bay. So they got defense for illegal use of hands to the face. So they're going to add that yardage. I think it's 5 yards to the end of the run. So either way, it was going to be a first down. Might as well have been the coach. The Giants offense sucked. Yeah, I mean, that game really was disappointing. I'm so glad you guys all hung out with me while I was doing that play-by-play because that would have been just like horrible if not. So it's 1st and 10 at the Dallas 41. Dak loads up and throws it to the middle. I don't know who that is. Brown. I think that's the rookie. I actually am not too familiar with some of these Cowboys backups because I know they're missing Cooper and I think CeeDee Lamb. But his last name's Brown. He's number 85, but they hit him in stride. He got a first down, and then now they toss it to Zeke. He's gotten 5, 6, almost 10 yards. Support you 100%. I appreciate you so much, Tim. Yeah, that was the best run by Zeke of the day just now so far. I mean, it's still early. We're still in the first quarter. They might get him going. I'm curious to when they're going to bring Pollard in. So that was an 8-yard run. It's going to be 2nd and 2, but I know Zeke is a stud, and everyone calls him washed up. I think he's still got plenty left in him, as much as I hate the Cowboys. But I do like Tony Pollard a lot. So they went right back to the ground, hands off to – well, there was Pollard right there. They stacked the box up, and so he did not get the 2 yards. KJ Wright made the stop. Funny story about KJ Wright. So I work at the casino, and this woman from Mississippi came. He dropped his phone. She came from Mississippi to Carrollton, and she started working with me, and she just recently moved back. I worked with her for about 6 months, and her son is like a football player. He committed to college, but then he changed his mind. But she's actually him and they grew up together, KJ Wright. So that's the only reason I know who that is. He played for Seattle for a while, and then the Raiders picked him up in this offseason. But so I know that's kind of useless, but she was talking about how she, you know, was with him when he was little and everything. And so I thought that was pretty cool because he's, making money now. So the Dallas got the first down, and Dak's getting chased, and he just throws it away, but somehow completes the catch to Cedric Wilson. I thought he was throwing it away. He threw it deep as Dak rolled out on play action. He got hit as he threw it, and Cedric Wilson just lined up on the left, ran all the way up across the field to the right, deep, and made the play. The Cowboys had no first downs the last drive. They've had 5 this. They're on the 15-yard line. Tony Pollard took the direct snap and got about 4 yards, 5 yards. So they're about on the 10-yard line. So Dallas is getting their offense going a little bit. So they're showing the most rush yards by players with 0 starts: Javonte Williams, Tony Pollard, Jordan Howard, Zach Moss, and Samaje Perine. And Tony Pollard's number 2, but I think he could be a number 1 back anywhere. So he rolled out for play action. He throws it to, it looks like Dalton Schultz, and gets the touchdown. It might not have been. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Puppet Master. Oh, it was not Schultz. It looks like another tight end, McKeon. I'm not familiar with him. Yeah, he rolled out left and almost got hit on that play action, and tossed it to that second-year tight end out of Michigan. That just disgusts me. All right, let's get this score updated. Oh, they missed the extra point, though. So that's hilarious. They gave the field goal. Yeah, they did. They looked so good on that drive, and they couldn't even close it out for a tie. Watch this game come down to that 1 point. If the Bears give oh my God, Matt Nagy wouldn't have even made it home. They would have just told him not to come home at that point. If I don't even understand why, if they were just gonna kneel the last 2-3 plays or whatever, why not just run the ball and have the chance of getting into the end zone? Like, you were on like the 7-yard line, first and goal. You're gonna run 3 plays or run the clock. You might as well try to push it in the end zone. I just in case the field goal, there's a chance that it won't go in. But, that's why they don't pay me to call the plays for them, because that was stupid. I'm not they cheated like the Vikings did. Well, I guess you could consider that cheating, but that's just smart control. But you could have still ran the clock by running the ball and, get it down to like the 1-yard line and try to get in at least, score some more points. You had Andy Dalton. I've lived in the Cincinnati area for a long time, so I've watched the Bengals for a long time, and my dad's a huge fan. He's a decent quarterback, and their offensive line is the best that's been in like 2 years. I mean, he might still get hit, but I just don't understand. David Montgomery is a good running back. I don't know why they didn't just punch it in. But I think it's really funny that Dallas couldn't even tie this game up just now. And so, what was the score? Oh, I don't remember what the final score was. It was like 14-13 or something like that. 15-13. I know that it was okay. So it was 14-13, and then Chicago kicked it. So it was 16. Can I count? 16-13 was the final score. Because they were down by 1. They made it all the way down to the 7-yard line, and they decided to just kneel it out and kick the field goal instead of just trying to punch it in with like less than a minute to go. 14-16. Yeah, I for some reason couldn't get numbers together. It was right there. It was a dumb score. So that McKeon guy, that was his first career touchdown, which makes sense. I don't really know who he is, and he's only in his second year. Yeah, it's showing the last 3 games for both the Raiders and Cowboys, and both of them, one of them's 0-3 and one of them's 1-2, and they are just both horrible. I'm pretty excited for next Sunday night because I don't get to do a lot of many opportunities to do very many Chiefs games. I didn't have any turkey today, Tim. I had all my turkey on Tuesday. I have actually not eaten today, so I'm going to eat between these games. So they started off the drive. It was a touchback, and then Josh Jacobs ran it for 2 yards. Hey, Puppet Master, is Grossi doing tonight's game? Because I went to see if he was doing this game, and I didn't see anything. I saw his video from, like, last night. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. And Carline throws it down the middle. It looks like it was fumbled. And it was tossed back. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So Derek Carr threw it. Looked like Waller caught the ball, fumbled it, and then the ball was running out of bounds, and then one of the Cowboys jumped to try to save it like they do on punts, trying to keep it out of the end zone. Keeps it in bounds, and they return it for a touchdown. But we got to see if that was a catch first, because that was too fast-paced for me to determine if he got 2 feet and then the third move or whatever down. So there's 1, 2. I don't know. It's really close, but I hope they just make that an incomplete pass because I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be so mad. It doesn't look like that was a catch. When they show it in real time, it definitely doesn't, but it's close. Okay, so they called the ruling on a field an incomplete pass. I feel like that's going to be too hard to overturn. If they would have called it a fumble there, they might have gotten the ball, but since they called it like that on the field, they're going to challenge it. There's no way they don't challenge it because it was close, but I don't think they'll get it. Yeah, the stadium's getting loud with the boos. Wow. I wish I could just show this game on here so like we could just have a watch party, and if I can figure out some way around it to do that, or at least part of it, I will try to figure something out in the next couple weeks, because I would love to do like a Super Bowl watch party or something on here, something fun. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. Let's see if they get the playoff before they. That looks like a fumble to me. They caught 3 feet, then knocked. It was like 2 feet, and as his third foot was coming down, which is where the football move would come into play. So they ran the play, so it can't get challenged now. Carr's still on his feet scrambling, and it's going to be 4th down either way. They're probably going to kick a field goal here. It's going to be close to field goal range. I don't know, Puppet Master. Like, that was really close to me. I'm not sure. But they got that pass off, or they got that play off, so they didn't give them enough time to think about it and challenge it. Since it was in Dallas, they might have won that challenge. Oh, no, they're going to punt. I thought they were a little closer than they were. I don't know why I said field goal, but that would be the longest field goal in NFL history by far if they even tried it. So it's 4th and 8. Cowboys punt. Either way, or the Raiders punt. Sent that way deep in his 8-yard line, and now he's running it back. Oh, he didn't even make it back to the 10. So the Cowboys are going to start on their own 6-yard line. 8-yard punt. Woo, this game's heating up a little bit. I hate both these teams, so I shouldn't be this fired up about it, but football's fun, man. It's hard to be biased for one team when you hate them both about the same. Let's check out this poll and see how it's doing so far. We've got 6 votes on the poll. 83% is gone to the Cowboys. Maybe another couple people will come in here and make that a little bit more interesting, but whoo. I hope this game ends in a tie, actually. I'm still laughing about the Pittsburgh-Detroit tie because that is the funniest thing ever. One, I hate Pittsburgh. I grew up in the Cincinnati area with a Cincinnati-loving family. You grow up to hate the Steelers, and so that was the funniest thing ever. I felt bad for Detroit because they just can't finish games, man. They got such bad luck, but in Pittsburgh's defense, that's just embarrassing. And to be honest, Cleveland struggled against Detroit as well. And so did Baltimore, even though Baltimore and Cleveland came away with the win. But Cincinnati came in there and stomped them into the ground. They put up 40-something points or something like that game. I wish my dad was home because then we could probably do something, special for our viewers for Thanksgiving. But, I usually consult with him a little bit, and some things came up with him, and so he really needed this trip, and so I'm glad that him and my stepmom and my brother went down to see their family down in Texas. What's up, Obi-Wan? Happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching this this Dallas Raiders game, what'd you think about that Darren Waller incomplete pass call? Because Puppet Master says it looks like a fumble. I thought it was really close. I'm not sure. But happy Thanksgiving, my guy. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Well, hanging out with me and our chat. My dad, like I said, is not in town currently. Well, I feel bad for you having Zerline today. And Swift, he would have put up some numbers if he hadn't got hurt in the first half. So I feel bad for your fantasy team. The only person I have playing in the today or earlier game was Cedric Wilson, who just caught that deep pass from Dak, but I don't even know if I started him or not. I forgot to set my lineup last night. All right, so they started from their own 6. They run the ball and get about to the 7 or 8 yard line. So I think CeeDee Lamb is in this game. I know I said they didn't have him earlier, but they just showed the injury thing, and they just said it was just Amari Cooper and some coaches. So I think Lamb is there. Oh, man, Obi-Wan. That's not good, my dude. Okay, so he just overthrew Wilson. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. They probably might run the ball here just to try to get a couple yards out of the end zone. But with having a guy like Dak Prescott, they might try to throw their way out. If he could have hit Wilson with that would have been a really good gain for them. Obi-Wan, who do you have for this game, or who do you want to win this game? Everybody here says so far they think the Cowboys are going to win, but they would rather the Raiders, and that's exactly where I'm at as well. So there's a flag. It looks like a false start. It's going to back them up even more. I don't know how much. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 probably. They're pretty backed up already. Third and 13. I was close. Yeah, they're on their 5-6 yard line. Dak's in the end zone, and he throws it to the ground basically. It was to Zeke, but they threw it way too low, so they're 4th and 13. Their kicker is going to be on the edge of the back of their end zone punting this. So this is great Raiders stop. Let's see if they can make a good special teams play and maybe get some more points right here. There's 5:23 left in the first. They've got Hunter Renfrow lined up at the 50-yard line to receive this. Wow, it was an extra 10 more yards. He got a fair catch at about his own 39. It wasn't a bad punt, but the Raiders are in really good field position. What's up, Colin? Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping by. I'm flying solo all day, but I'll be here for this game and the next. Do you have to work today? I'm not really sure what you do, but I know you're working second shift. I don't know where you work and if they do like holidays and stuff. I don't know how I got today off. I know I'll be working on Christmas Day. I'll be off Christmas Eve. But they gave us the option, and I had signed up for Christmas Day because we get time and a half. And I'll probably be working New Year's Eve, but I work day shifts, so my day shift's a little weird. My start times vary from like 7 a.m. to like 1 p.m. So I don't ever start at 7 because of seniority and being part-time, but I usually will start from 9 to 1, anywhere between there. So I'll probably work at about 11 on Christmas and New Year's if I had to guess. Have to go with the Cowboys only because I'm a fan of Jerry Jones. He opened the stadium for Chris Kyle's funeral. I understand that. I've just never been a Cowboys fan. Like I said earlier, I know you weren't here yet, but I do like Dak Prescott. And, there's a couple guys on that team, like Tony Pollard, I really like as well. And that Micah Parsons they drafted. There's guys that I like on that team. I'm just not a huge fan of either of these teams. And so I'm rooting for the Raiders only because I know I'm a Chiefs fan, but I'm rooting for the Raiders only because I want to see Washington make a push for the playoffs. And I know that sounds very far-fetched, but I told my dad at the beginning of the year that Washington would make the playoffs, and he called me crazy then, and he still thinks I'm crazy now. So it's still possible, even though they're like 4-7, but I'm gonna stick with it. But I respect that 100%. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Raiders 40. So they gave them that extra yard. 5:17 left in the first quarter. And they got hit with a false start. Or I don't know what happened. Neutral zone infraction by the defense. So it's going to be 1st and 5 on their own 45. Oh, I don't know if you guys watch South Park, but it looks like there's going to be a post-COVID South Park. I'm pretty excited about that. South Park started the year I was born, and my dad was a single parent for a long time, and so we watched a lot of South Park growing up. Benched Dak this week for Jalen Hurts. Dak's performance last week was awful. Yeah, Derek Carr just rolled out and threw a Hunter Renfrow tried to make a very interesting catch. It looked like Malik Hooker was covering him. But so it's going to be 2nd and 5. But yeah, Dak the last couple of weeks, it's been really weird because there's a girl in my fantasy who has Dak, and every time she plays him, they focus on the run, and every time she benches him, he throws for 300-plus yards. And so it's really hard to judge Dak in fantasy this year. Looks like they've got Josh Jacobs lined up in the backfield, 2nd and 5. They hand it off. He's got half half of that 5. But there's another penalty flag. It's probably going to be a hold this time. Hold on the offense. So it's going to be like 2nd and 15. South Park is by far my favorite TV show of all time. Never was a fan of South Park. Found the kids too annoying. I understand Puppet Master, but I agree 100% Obi-Wan. It is definitely my favorite show of all time. And like the best part is like they've got Family Guy and American Dad and all those shows, which have their moments and can be really good. But I feel like South Park has been consistent always. And so that's why like they've never ran out of content, and I just feel like they've always even gotten better at points. And this COVID stuff they've done has been hilarious. So they got a 5-yard gain on that 2nd and 15. Carr threw it to I didn't catch who he threw it to, but got only 5 yards and stopped. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. The way the NFL has gone this season, it's hard to believe the football team not hard to believe the football team could make the playoffs. That's what I'm saying, Rick Stein. Like, I don't know, like anything's possible. And I told him a couple weeks ago if they won a couple more games, they'd be just in it. If Dallas loses 2 or 3 games, any of the other teams in that division could win it. Trey Parker is one of the best writers I can think of. Did you enjoy their movie Basketball? Because I know a lot of people who hated that, and I still think it's gold. So he threw it out right, and their flag came up. The football team, yeah. My dad still calls them the Redskins. So Dallas got hit with a pass interference call, so it looked like he shoved him. And so, oh yeah, he pulled on him as the ball got thrown, and so it was a good call. The football team, yeah. Team America, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, my dad still calls the Chargers San Diego. He still calls Vegas the Raiders Oakland, and he still calls Washington the Redskins. It's a hard habit to break when they've been that for so long. So this was a handoff to Hunter Renfrow for about 2 yards. I just called them Washington. I did think it was really funny last year when the Steelers were like 11-0 and got beat by Washington, and it was the whole running joke was they could beat everybody except for the team with no name who handed them their first loss. And like, I don't know, that was funny. It was like a dumb joke, but it was funny because I don't like them. But I hope they don't give them some stupid name. I'd rather them keep it as football team than give them a dumb name. Like the Cleveland baseball team, their list of names to choose from I thought were all kind of dumb. So Carr loads up deep to Waller, but they couldn't connect on that. Yeah, he threw it in the right spot. He just threw it short a little bit. He should have threw it about 3 more yards deeper than he did, and they probably would have connected on that because it was just man to man. Basketball was good, but Still Love Orgasmo was somewhat a precursor to their Broadway play about Mormons. Yeah, that one's pretty good too. But every time I think of them, that's my first thought is basketball. Other than South Park, of course. So it's 3rd and 8. Carr drops it to Brian Edwards in the middle and gets the first down. Hey, Obi-Wan, no worries at all, man. I like talking about everything, and I think that's what's made this chat fun is, well, at least for me, we still get to talk about all the football going on, but are able to talk about random stuff like that. And I love South Park, and Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they're legends in my eyes, so I don't mind one bit. So it's gonna be 1st and 10 from the Dallas 35. Derek Carr's running back, and he just throws it away, so it's gonna be 2nd and 10. It looks like he was out of so it wasn't grounding. He just threw it out of bounds. Yeah, I think that was Micah Parsons actually chasing him down. What's your favorite non-animated show? I get a lot of heat for this, but I really enjoy the CW, like Arrow, Flash, like all of those because they like all mesh together. Um, I haven't finished them all, but the one I'm most through is Arrow. I think I'm like 7 seasons through it. Um, I feel like I could probably pick a better show than that, but that's like the first one that comes to mind when I'm asked that. So they handed off. It's going to be 3rd and 6 with 2 minutes left in the first. Uh, I don't watch too much TV anymore, but I like just about anything. I like the show Shameless, and I know that's such a girl thing to say, but I do enjoy it. It got stupid towards the end, but so I never finished it either. So he just threw it to the end zone to Jackson. It looks like it was picked, but I think he's going to get called back on PI. And Mike McCarthy's shaking his head. Yeah, it was a pass interference call. What's your favorite show? Non-animated Puppet Master. Washington has the worst football team name in history. Absolutely no creativity at all. I mean, yeah, they're very literal. The Washington football team. Speaking of Washington, um, the South Park episode about the Redskins and where they like steal their name and everything, making a company about nothing is pretty funny. I watched that a couple weeks ago. My friend and I lost a bet and was forced to watch the first season of Arrow. So the first 3, if you get through it, so Josh Jacobs just went into the end zone untouched, so that's another Raiders touchdown. Until the kick is up, it's 13-6. So season 4 of Arrow is really, really slow, but the first 3 is really good. And after season 4, he switches to like being more of a good guy and like stops killing people, and that's when a lot of people like hate it. But I still enjoyed it through then. I think things got interesting. But I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. I like just about there's not much you can't sit in front of me, and if I sit and watch it long enough, I will really like it. And it doesn't matter what genre. I really like Stranger Things too, and I know a lot of people are 50-50 on that. The new season of that's going to be coming out soon. Let me update the score here. Edit. I'm actually going to put Raiders instead of LB because for some reason I don't. There we go. Miami Vice rocked. So there's this album for this band I listen to, and me and my dad, he got me in on the older stuff like Pink Floyd, Motley Crue, and not just those two, but I feel like those are up to and the older stuff is favorites. But I listened to this band, they're called Icy Stars, and they came out with this album about 2 years ago. And my dad says that he absolutely loves it because it gives him like Miami Vice feels. And so that's just what I connect with that. See, I want to watch Game of Thrones, and when it was first coming out and everything, I used to watch like TV while I worked in the hotel of the casino I worked at, and it was like my 18 through 21 campaign. And I used to like watch TV shows on my phone off this website that was probably not legal. I'm not sure. I found it, so I just watched it. And so I watched whatever show I had been watching at the time. And once I got through it, I was like, I want to watch Game of Thrones. Everyone's talking about it. And this is when they only had like 2 seasons. So I started watching it. And then I was like, this is not a show I can watch on my phone. So I had stopped it. I watched probably 2 episodes of it. And so I had never got back to it, but I really want to watch it because it's something I would definitely like. Also, That 70s Show, yes, is tremendous. I love that show so much. I heard something about them doing like a current one with the same staff as then, which would be fun, like a reunion kind of short thing. So that would be pretty cool. I don't love Friends, and it might be because I'm a little bit younger than when that was the big thing, which that 70s shows is like in the same for me, but I just enjoyed that 70s show much better. I'm also not a big fan of like The Office. I do love Workaholics. That's probably one of my favorite shows too, and I don't know how I didn't think of it, but you guys said Friends and stuff, and it made me think about it. So they kicked it off, and they're actually going to return it this time, and only got to about the 18-yard line and got stopped, and so the Cowboys are going to start there. Also, the movie they did with the cast of Workaholics was fantastic. I think it was called like Game Over or something. Castlevania is good. Simpsons is good. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the greatest animated shows ever. So they're going to start with a handoff to Zeke. What We Do in the Shadows. I've heard about that one, but I have not watched it. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Zeke only got a yard. We're still in the first quarter. There's only a minute 10 left, so we'll be about to that commercial break in just a second. I'm going to go. Second and 9. Dak loads up, overthrows Michael Gallup. So, and then there's a flag. Of course. "23 and still watch Friends." I'm not calling anybody old because, like, I just feel like a lot of my friends, like I said, I'm 25. And a lot of my friends, well, I don't have as many friends as I used to because I've become such a homebody. But the guys and girls that I went to school with love Friends, and I just never I think I would like it. I just never sat down and like binged it. Any show I've ever binged, I've ended up liking, except for I watched Switched at Birth, and that's the worst show ever. But I went through this phase where I would just put on a random TV show and watch all of it, no matter how good or bad it was. Okay, Tony Pollard just got a massive run up the middle, and then finally brought down like at the 35-40 in the Raiders territory. But yeah, I don't ever recommend Switched at Birth. There's like 8 seasons, and I watched the whole thing, and it was horrible. Oh, and their run got pulled back with a hold. That was probably the best run of the game for both sides. It's not the best, but it's a guilty pleasure. Yeah, I will watch anything. I'm not ashamed of that. I used to be like a Netflix, Hulu, whatever streaming, fanatic. And when I still lived at home, that's all I did was watch Netflix for 12 hours a day. Okay, now it's 1st and 20. He throws it to Schultz for about, well, he was brought down about the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10. I can't believe the Raiders. I don't know, man. The Raiders are playing pretty well. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's still 14-6. And we're going to go to another commercial break. I feel like most of this game has been a commercial break. Also, for everybody just joining us, thanks for stopping by. I know I'm just talking to Obi-Wan, Puppet Master, Rick Stein, and Tim. But anybody in here that wants to say hello, I'll give you a shout out, and we can talk about anything you wanna, or if you want to tell me about your favorite football team, or if you like one of the teams playing, we can talk about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm starting to sound like Dad with his IU games, which those are way worse. But yeah, there's been a lot of commercial breaks in this game. I mean, It's a lot. We got 11 votes in our poll. 1/4 left before I drop that poll down. So if anybody stops in here, go ahead and just hit a vote. Even if you don't like the teams, just go ahead and see. I just want to see what everybody's thoughts are. I know that your thought on the game gets a little bit skewed once there's actually some scoring, but a lot can happen post halftime. Hey Tim, I appreciate you, my guy. I almost wore that Chiefs hat today just for you, but my hair's being crazy, so I needed a hat that was a little tighter to hold it still. How's your cat doing, Tim? I saw that you followed me on Instagram, so I followed you back today, and I went over and looked to see if you posted anything, and I saw your kitty. He's pretty cute. I'll take the cup instead. Now you want my cup? You can't have this cup. I also got this one in Kansas City. Actually, I got it at the Ameristar in Kansas City. We went gambling before we came home, our first trip, and we stopped by their gift shop. This was like an amazing casino, which they are owned by the people I work for as well, and I didn't know that at the time. And they were bullying me because I looked 12. But once I showed them my ID and I told them that I worked for the same company, they were a lot nicer to me. Like I was going to go and tell their bosses they were being mean to me. But yeah, Puppet Master for sure. I saw you follow me back. I try to follow back everybody I know. I'm not as active on the Instagram as I'd like to be. So Dak just missed Noah Brown, that's his name. 12. Yeah, I get that a lot. Well, here in Indiana, it's called IGC, and the gaming commission. I want to say it was MGC, but I don't know what they call it in Missouri. But they sent a security guard, and the lady was like, "Hey, I'm supposed to, check your ID." I'd been there for like 4 hours, and so it's 3rd and 10. Dak just throws it to the middle to Schultz, and it's dropped. So this is going to be a 3-and-out for Dallas. And she said, "I'm supposed to come and check your ID, but I know they checked it when you came in and blah, blah, blah." So she was nice. And so she came and talked to me. And as soon as she walked away, like 2 minutes later, tops, this guy in a suit comes up and he says, "Let me see your ID." And he was like being so mean. And I was like, okay, it's I gave him my ID. And he was just mad. Everyone gets so mad when I give them my ID and they see how old I am. And this was like 2 years ago. So I was like 22, 23 at the time. And I was like, okay. So they punted and he called a fair catch at the 22-yard line. I do look super young. And if you saw me in person, you would think I looked even younger because I'm 4'11 and a half. And so, tall height doesn't run in our family. My dad's only like 5'4", 5'5", and if he's listening, he'll probably yell at me if I got it wrong, but he's not very tall. But after that, they were nice to me at the casino, and I stopped at this gift shop, and I got this, and I got a couple other things, and I got a pair of dice from their casino, and I take those dice dice with me every time I go to the casino. That's my good luck charm. Derek Carr avoids a sack and then gets sacked from the second time. So now it's going to be like, did he throw it away? No, I guess he didn't. Modern day hobbits, yeah, for real. Oh, he did throw it away. They might get him for grounding though. I didn't see if anyone was around, so they're saying it's 2nd and 10. I didn't see any flags come out. He somehow avoided that. He was getting hit by 3 dudes, or pulled on, tugged on. He seemed taller for some reason. Yeah, he is not very much taller than me. He looks like a man child when he's around other adults, but so do I. I look like I work at a casino and everybody else is at least 5 inches taller than me. And my mom is only like a half an inch shorter than him. My brother is like really tall, but on my stepmom's side of the family, all the guys in her family is super tall. But she's like as short as I am. He only likes tiny women, I guess. So this is going to be 3rd and 7 now. Still 14-6, 14 minutes left of the half. Carr drops back. He's got plenty of time. He throws it, but it's knocked out. He throws it to Renfro. It's knocked out, and then a flag comes out, so he might get caught with something. You're 5'10". Yeah, you're almost a whole foot taller than me. I wish I had like a picture that I could show to like compare it. So they got him the defense for a hold for 5 yards and an automatic first down on Trayvon Diggs. Maybe talking about basketball in combination with my imagination. Well, yeah, as much as he loves basketball, you'd think he would be super tall. He did do it all in high school. He wrestled, he played basketball, he played football, he ran track, tennis, he did all of that. 5'9.5". See, I'm glad you added that half because I feel like halves are important. I mean, I'm probably more so to a guy, but when I say I'm 4'11.5", like, if he said 4'11", I would be a little offended. But yeah, we're tiny people. Maybe one day I'll grow. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, 13-20 on the clock and rolling. And they're on the Raiders' own 30-yard line. Play clock's running down, 5 seconds left. And, oh, he just gets it off in time. Carr drops back. He's got all the time in the world. Throws it. Ooh, almost picked off. 6 feet, lost an inch after spine surgery. Had 3 vertebrae fused. Ouch. Oof. I mean, you're still pretty tall even sitting at 6 feet. I don't know what the average for guys are now because I feel like this generation coming up is huge. When I was a senior in high school, I worked at the elementary school for 2 hours a day. And I worked with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, and they were all taller than me. It made me mad. There's a flag. It's 3rd and 10. He gets the throw to Zay Jones, but it might get pulled back. What's up, Shelby? Everyone give a warm welcome to Shelby from running the Card Sharks channel, which we have not put any content in a couple months on there. We will be getting back to it soon, but with the holidays and work and everything, I've just been putting all my energy into this channel. So the penalty ended up being on the defense being offside. So the play stood, it's first down, and the Raiders are finally moving on this drive. I feel like they've been on this drive forever and not went anywhere. Carr steps up, throws it, hits Waller for a... Oh, now Waller's holding his leg. Okay, Obi-Wan, I thought I didn't have anybody, but I do have Waller today. And, you know, now that I see him grabbing his leg, I realize that. Oh, okay, it looks rough, but I don't think it's that bad. Every time I say that, it ends up being worse. And every time I say I think it's worse, it ends up not being that bad. Because I saw Jacoby Brissett go down, and I thought he tore his ACL against the Ravens, and then he was running around. I don't know. I don't know. I get overwhelmed sometimes and just forget things. I think I have him in both my leagues, actually. So he checks it down to Jacobs, and he got another 17 yards on that screen. Yeah, he's been my main tight end in both of my leagues, and somehow I just forgot. I'm a dummy. I hope Waller's okay, though, because I know, I was about to say that. He's a top 3 tight end. You know, if Kittle had been healthy all year, I would put him right there, but since he hasn't, uh, he slipped a little bit, even though I think he's fantastic. So this was a handoff to Jacobs and got about 9, 10 more. He gave him 9, so it's going to be a 2nd and 1. They're in the red zone now, and it looks like the Raiders are going to come away with a little bit more points pending no turnovers. But I know people don't agree because of the team he plays for, but I think TJ Hawkinson is a top 10, almost top 5 tight end that I am a huge fan of. Me and Shelby have a very nice TJ Hawkinson card collection. Most of them are rookies, too. I can't believe I forgot that. I feel dumb. Handoff to Kenyon Drake, who gets the first down. I think that was his first touch of the game. So now they're 1st and goal. Now he's coming off the field. And there's 10.5 minutes left of the half. The Raiders have controlled the time of possession today, which is very key for teams like Dallas who are high scoring. Keep them off the field. Wait, Marcus Mariota has entered the game. He fakes the handoff and gets about a yard. So I don't hate Derek Carr, but I am a big Marcus Mariota fan. He checked in for one play, got 2 yards, and now he's checked out. He got hurt early in the season. I think it was like the first game, and I got really upset because I was like, maybe he'll get his time. I was kind of hoping. Well, I don't like Tennessee, so not really, but I liked Mariota over Tannehill. They handed off to Josh Jacobs, and now they're about at the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. I don't think they'll keep it on the ground here. They have not been very successful as a whole this season running the ball, so I feel like this is going to be a play-action pass. And Waller's not coming in, so I'm thinking Hunter Renfrow or Zay Jones target in the end zone right now. This might be 4-down territory. They might, if they at least get another yard or two, I don't know. I could see him going for it either way. Throws it. Oh, just out of the hands of Daniel Helm, the 3rd-string tight end. Yeah, that should have been a touchdown, but he should have took another step before he jumped, and he would have had that ball. So it's fourth and goal. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna kick it. So I wasn't sure. I thought they might go for it. They've already got an 8-point lead. So there's a 22-yard attempt that's up and good, and the Raiders extend their lead to 11 points. I'm loving every second of this, though. Let's be honest. Because I just know the Raiders are just not that good. And so I'm an underdog guy today. The last game, I didn't see either team as the underdog because they're both underdogs. But the Raiders are considered the underdog this game. And I really like the Bills, and I almost wore a Bills jersey today because I do have one. And the only reason I have one is because a former Chief came from Buffalo first. So I got his jersey. Well, we have 2 of them. But I'm going Saints all the way tonight. Just letting everyone know in advance that I'm pulling for them. I love Josh Allen. I love Stephon Diggs. I like Zach Moss and I just forgot his name. Their other running back. Cole Beasley's one of my favorite slot receivers. I like everything about that Bills team, but I'm going Saints. Well, that's fair. Al Davis was. I feel like John Gruden was trying to be a Al Davis Jr. and he just didn't quite get there. But I watched the full length documentary on him about 3 months ago. It was on at work, so I watched it. Mean dude. But you know, he coached the heck out of that Raiders squad. We got 14 votes, and the Raiders aren't getting much credit in this one. We are on another commercial break if you did not guess, but usually after every score, so that was kind of expected. We actually just came back. There's 8:46 left in the half. Raiders are up 11. All right, we're getting ready for kickoff. Carlson. Have you guys ever played or seen the game? It's like an older game. I used to have it on like PlayStation 1 or something, PlayStation 2 maybe. It's called Bully. Because Dylan Carlson, the Raiders kicker, looks exactly like that kid on that game. I think it was like a very early 2000s game. But every time I see him, like that's all I can think about is that game. Yeah, the Cowboys have only had the ball 8 minutes of the whole game. He got a pass to Michael Gallup, and he's got 9. So it's going to be second down. Yeah, they're showing Dak's career. He's got 66.5 completion percentage, 259 pass yards per games, 2.7 touchdown interception ratio. I mean, that's not a bad career. Sitting at Crackle Barrel listening in. What was that game? What was the game called, Alex? Bully. You know what I'm talking about because I still have it. I re-downloaded it on the PS4, the PlayStation 2 version. Yeah, he looks just like him. I wish I could post like a picture in the chat, but I don't think I can. So it's 1st and 10. They were in the ball, I believe, with Pollard. They get the first down. Yeah, you see, Puppet Master knows. That's what he looks like. You can look it up. I'll share it at halftime. I'll pull up a side by side and share the screen. Dak's dropping back. He's running to the right. Throws it to Schultz. Schultz, and he gets hit hard. And there's a flag. That might have been I don't know what happened, but a flag did come out. It looked like the way he hit him, it was a tough hit. So he might get called for that. Nostalgia. Yeah, no kidding. That's why like last year or the year before, I love that PlayStation did the thing where you can buy like throwback games. So he did get hit with an unnecessary roughness. So they're going to add 15 yards to the end of that play. But I love that they added the what did I say? The PlayStation 2 thing. So they're all of them are fairly cheap. I think the most expensive one's like $20 out of all the PS2 games you can buy and play on the PS4. So I have a couple of them. I like the game. He hands it off to Zeke and gets about 2 yards. What's that game called? The alien. You play as the alien, and you can like disguise yourself as one of the humans. It's like in the 80s or 70s, might even be 60s that you're like going around being an alien. I can't even remember what that's called right now either. So it's gonna be 2nd and 7, and Dak throws it off. If that guy would have turned around, that would have been a pick. And potentially a pick six because there wasn't a lot of guys behind the ball. Destroy All Humans. Yeah, that game. Both of them are great. I heard they were going to remake it a couple years ago, and I don't know if they ever did, but I would play it. I just played it as a GF simulator. That's pretty funny. I don't know. I love dumb games like that. They're so much fun. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 after that incomplete pass. 6:37 left in the half. Nearly picked again if the guy would have pulled his head up. So that's going to be 4th and 7. That unnecessary roughness call I thought was going to hurt the Raiders. But it did not. Oh, they're going to try to kick this 59-yard field goal. Well, Obi-Wan, if you're still in here, there's a chance to get you some more points. That was not. Oh, he doinked it. He doinked it. Oh, you're not having a good day for your kicker, Obi-Wan. Now the Raiders have excellent field position to try to pound it in a little bit more, and the Raiders get the ball to start at the 3rd quarter after halftime, so things might get a little interesting here. Dang, I'm surprised they kicked it. I mean, I know that Zerline could make it. He was just a little off on that, but you got to take points when you can get them, I guess, or at least go for points. I'm honestly surprised the Cowboys aren't playing a little more aggressive. And not what I mean by aggressive is like dirty, but like trying to push the ball a little bit more. Mason Crosby looking like a god in comparison. Do you think Mason Crosby's going to hang it up this year after some of these bad misses he's had? Or do you think he's going to come back for another year? So on this commercial, instead of playing commercials, so I just got an injury update. It says Darren Waller's status has changed from healthy to questionable, and that just hurts a little bit, which I deserve that for forgetting I even had him. But this commercial break thing is just showing the same thing. It just says Yahoo Sports commercial break over and over again. It's like a 3-second clip in the same instrumental. Unless he gets on another streak at the end half of this season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't start like doing really well, he's probably gonna hang it up. This is like he's gonna start looking like the end of Adam Vinatieri's career, if not. I understand. In one of my leagues, I'm in a pretty low position this year, but I was playing against the guy in first place last week, and I was projected to beat him by like 30, 40 points, and I had him. And then he had like Tom Brady and maybe Godwin, I think, and he just came back and beat me by 5, and I almost cried. I was like, that would happen. So the Raiders are starting on their own 49-yard line. And they're going to throw the ball. Oh, man, he was hit. So it was ruled a fumble. It could have been ruled an incomplete pass, but I think it might have been a fumble, but it was recovered by the Raiders. Yeah, the guy named Basham. Dude, speaking of Grammatica, That DraftKings commercial was getting on my nerves. The I don't even remember what they said on it, but he's like, "It's no stressy, Jesse," and I'm like, every time I heard it, I just cringed. Seeing how the Raiders are playing today really makes the Bengals win over them look a lot better. I agree. So Waller's not ruled out yet. Tore his ACL celebrating a field goal. Yeah, that is pretty stupid. But that DraftKings commercial seriously just got on my nerves so bad this year that I don't ever want to see his face again. So it's 3rd and 7. If they get a first down here, they should be in field goal range. If they don't, they're probably going to be punting. Carr's running right. The flag came down. And he made a catch, but it's probably going to be a hold. That was a nice catch by Jones. If it's a defensive flag, that's going to be nice. Oh, they got hit with a illegal use of hands to the face. It wasn't even a hold. I want to see the replay of that. Okay, there it is. Ooh, that was really close. That was a great play by Zay Jones. And he's been coming in clutch at the end of games for the Raiders. And that's how they won against the Baltimore on Monday night in week 1, which was insane to me that that whole game was insane. So it's going to be 3rd and 18 now. Checks down to Renfro. I don't know. I almost combined it his name and said Huntfro, but Renfro. So it's going to be 4th down and 7 now. Are they going to try a long field goal? Nope, they're going to punt it. I was kind of hoping they went for a super, super long field goal here. There's no way, but eventually someone's going to go after Tucker's 66-yard record. Fair catch at the 13-yard line. So 32-yard punt, and back to commercial break we go. And we got just under 4 minutes. I think they said 322 left in the first half. All right. This thing is just playing the same, like, it's just like a guitar, like, it's a but it just keeps playing it like over and over and over and over again, and just keeps saying commercial break. And I wish they would just play real commercials. They did the first quarter, but I guess it's fine. I'm actually gonna start pulling up that Dylan Carlson thing. Wait, is his name not Dylan Carlson? I can't remember now. No, Dylan Carlson's the baseball player. Raiders kicker. Daniel Carlson. I don't know where I got Dylan from. Well, now it's showing real commercials, but I think Daniel Carlson just has more hair. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 14, and then they're going to run the ball. There's 3:48 left in the half left, and it's running. That was Tony Pollard running the ball. All right, I'm going to share. Diggs kid is a savage. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pookie, I told him that you left a comment, but he is in Texas currently. Dak loads up, throws it deep to Cedric Wilson, and he is going down the sideline again. But that was a huge play for I'm thankful for every QB throwing the ball to my dad. Isn't Diggs' kid the same one who thought Dak Prescott was Patrick Mahomes? So Prescott's rolling out and gets about 3 or 4. That's where the sports fury from. Oh yeah, I still have his stuff wrote down. But I remember you talking about the sport fury. Kid can't catch either. And Dak hands it off to Pollard for the 1st down. So now they're on the 22-yard line. Dallas is moving, but it's the 2-minute warning, so we are back to commercial break. Trayvon Diggs has had a pretty good season so far, but he's also had a lot of busted plays as well, and so it kind of balances out. But for some reason, I was under the impression that he was a rookie, and I know that he's in his 2nd year, but for the first like 3 weeks, I thought he was a rookie, and I was like, yeah, he's definitely gonna win Rookie of the Year. But I think Micah Parsons might win the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. I know that kid from that Cleveland drafted on defense is pretty good too, but he's not been healthy all season, so I don't know if he'd be able to compare to Micah Parsons right now. And I'm not sure if anybody else is going to be comparable to Micah Parsons for the Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think the offense's Rookie of the Year is going to be between Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has slowed down a little bit as Mac Jones has sped up a little bit, and Najee Harris has pretty much been the bulk of success for Pittsburgh this year. So I feel like all 3 of them are valid. I think if Jonathan Taylor can keep doing what he's doing, he can earn his way up into the MVP conversation since Henry's not there. But I did hear in our last stream, someone said that it was rumored that Henry might be back. I still don't think he'll win MVP now that he's missed so much time, but anything could happen. I think they said Tom Brady was the leading favorite for MVP at the moment. I'm going to be mad if he wins MVP. All right, we are back from commercial break. Even though I feel like I just said that like 2 seconds ago. Let's see if Dallas puts up 7 here. Henry is still in second place in rushing yards. I know you think like someone like Chubb or something would be catching up, but all of the stronger backs have been out. Kamara and Chubb. Direct snap to Pollard, and he gets about a yard or two. He's been out 4 games. I know that's just insane that he's still up there. He was going to break a record this year if he didn't break his foot. He's on a mission. So they gave Pollard 3 for that run. And where the clock's running, it's a minute and a half left to play in the first half. Chubb been out a few games this season, but still, yeah. Chubb and Hunt, both for Cleveland. Throws to Cedric Wilson to get close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 1, one of the two. 3rd and 2. Yeah, I think Chubb would be up there, a lot more up there if he had been staying healthy. But this year with injuries, especially to running backs, like Baltimore's lost like all of their running backs. They're on practice squad guys, basically. And then Chubb and Hunt, they have been hurt. Tony Pollard for the first down and very close to a touchdown. I think he was down early, but I don't know if he was touched. So they called it a touchdown. They'll review it, of course, because it's under the 2 minutes and it's a scoring play. But, man, I like Tony Pollard, but. Oh, he might have stayed up. That was a pretty good play by him. Yeah, he's about a 3 inches short total, if that. That was a great run by him, though. Well, it was a pass, but run after the catch. I still cannot believe Jonathan Taylor put up 5 touchdowns on Buffalo. I would have won last week in fantasy if that hadn't happened. Yeah, his elbow hit down before the ball crossed anyway, even if his body hadn't got down. Channeling my energy, praying for a fumble. Unfortunately, this is not Lamar Jackson, who fumbles on the 1-yard line almost every time he gets tackled right there. So, I don't know that would happen. And that's a touchdown for Zeke. Boo. But I'm kind of sad that they didn't give the handoff to Pollard. He made the run to get him there. So that's a little disappointing, but Pollard did all the work and Zeke got the touchdown for it. See if Zerline's going to make this kick. So it's 17-12 as it stands. Kick is up and good. So 17-13. Raiders are still leading with 25 seconds left in the half. Hope we win. You got you at least another point or two to make up for those missed kicks right there. And we're going to go to commercial break, even though there are only 25 seconds left in the half. and then we'll get kickoff and see if the Raiders try to do anything. I think they have all 3 timeouts still, so they might try to do something here. What's your favorite movies? Step Brothers is probably up there. It's not even probably. It's probably number 1 for me. I love the Resident Evil series. I like, the Harry Potter series. The Hobbit, the three movie series of The Hobbit. I mean, I love the Lord of the Rings, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they did an excellent job with The Hobbit. I'm trying to think of non-series movies that I really love. I love the movie American Psycho, and I've been talking about it a lot since around the Halloween, because this band that I talked about a little bit in the past, they did a song on their new album that came out October 15th, inspired by American Psycho, and it's up there as one of my favorite songs right now because I just listen to it all the time. So I've been talking about that movie quite a bit lately. -7 for me. Don't like him at all. Yeah, that's horrible. I understand why you don't like him. That's horrible. What kind of movies do you like? Let me see if it'll let me pull up that screen share now that we're on halftime. All right. So I know it's showing me right now, but okay. So here's the dude from here. Let's pull it out. Whoa, this thing's being crazy. From Bully. And Dylan Carlson. This thing's being really buggy. All right. Let's pull you up here, pal. No. So it's going to be a touchback. Will you quit doing that? I've just forgot how to use technology, I guess. There we go. Yeah, you can see that. Daniel, sorry, I keep calling him Dylan. Daniel Carlson literally looks like this kid without hair. Well, with hair. And that's all I can think about every time I see him, like, line up to kick. And I think it's hilarious. All right, so they hand it off to Jacobs, and that should do it for the half. 17-13 Vegas lead. But yeah, I just felt like I should show that because it's funny. Yeah, so when I move, like I've been saying like a broken record, I'm going to I'm going to get an actual computer and not a laptop. But since I'm just here, so Dallas called a timeout, and so it's going to be 21 seconds left. They're probably just going to keep running this clock even if they keep calling timeouts. Yeah, this laptop is like from 2014. I think I got it when I graduated high school. But I'm going to get an actual desktop once I move. I just didn't feel like going through all of that before I moved. Favorite movie is tough, depends on the genre. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, anything horror. I like that. Sci-fi has to be the original Star Wars trilogy. Aliens is really good. Yes. Resident Evil and The Hobbit. Yeah, dude, I think they did such a good job on The Hobbit. I don't even care. I mean, I love the Lord of the Rings, but also I love Resident Evil because Mila Jovovich is a badass. Oh yeah, Puppet Master. Be me, spend 5K on a PC and complain every day about spending 5K on the PC. Yeah, that's definitely going to be me because I want to, but yeah. Once I move, I'm going to be saving a lot of money a month. Halftime. And so it'll be a lot easier for me to invest. I have put a lot of money into other parts like the, cameras and microphone and things like that. So I've done enough to get by for now. So the computer is obviously the most important part. But this laptop is in good condition. I just have terrible internet here and a outdated-ish computer. Episode 3 is the best, absolutely. I agree 100%. And then complain every day about spending 5K on a PC. Hey, you gotta invest for the good stuff. So I totally understand. But once I move, I'm gonna have a pretty sweet setup. I think I'm gonna get an It's in the Blood designed neon light because um I just enjoy the neon signs. But I'll just get like I don't know if I'm gonna get a shark or like words done. Prequels were good too. Hayden Christensen is underrated and his role didn't deserve the hate he received. Uh, yeah, I mean, I could say that argument about a lot of guys and that are underrated and got a lot of backlash for everything, but I agree completely. I never watched any of like The Mandalorian in terms of Star Wars. I have Disney Plus, or at least Hulu's upgrading me to where I have Disney Plus next week because or next month because they decided to raise their prices, so they're giving me Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. But I've had opportunity to watch The Mandalorian and I haven't, and everybody in the world has said I should. But I just like the old school movies. I don't know if I've seen the most recent movie, but I was told that it wasn't worth watching. I agree. I mean, you're right. It is hard to follow him, but I think he did a good job. I think everybody's from that have done newer roles of the older roles have done good jobs. I'm definitely like a preference of like old school versus the new, but like that goes with everything. Like Spider-Man, everyone's argument is who's the best Spider-Man. I don't care who's the best Spider-Man, but I just prefer the old school ones better because those are the first ones I've ever seen. I guess like in terms of the movies. And so I don't know. I usually enjoy when they remake or redo or do a continuation, but I will always say that I think the old are better. Quiet Place 1 and 2 are my favorites. I have not seen Quiet Place 1 or 2. And I was at Walmart yesterday and I saw that Don't Breathe 2 is out on DVD, but um I didn't even know it was already out in theaters. That's how behind I am. I feel like I live on a rock. So first half, Derek Carr was let me do this stats so we can get into the stats just a little bit. Let's go stats. Derek Carr's 8 for 15, 148 yards, 1 TD, got sacked twice, QBR 109.9. Dak is 11 for 17, 141 yards, 1 TD, no sacks, and 1110.2 QBR. So Tony Pollard's their leading rusher with 29 yards and 8 attempts. Zeke is 7 for 23. Dak is 1 for 3. The Raiders have had 4 guys run. Josh Jacobs for 39. Kenyon Drake for 7. Hunter Renfrow for 2. And Marcus Mariota for 1. I mean, these teams are playing fairly even. Episode 8 wasn't great, but 7 and 9 were better than episode 6. Easy. It's all subjective. That's why it's called art. If it makes you happy, then right on. Absolutely. Haven't seen Quiet Place 2 yet, but want to. Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on anybody's opinion. That's why we all have our own. I think that I don't know. I think there's things to be appreciated from new and old, because usually when they remake something that came out a long time ago, it's like a new perspective is making it. It's usually not the same person or anything like that. And so you get like somebody else's perspective on, if it's based on a book or whatever. And so I enjoy that, even if I don't think it's as good. Scariest movie I've seen is the video of my wedding video of my ex-wife. Oh God. Oh no. I'm really curious how this second half's gonna go. So the Raiders have had 12 first downs, the Cowboys have had 13. They both have only converted twice on third down. The total yards, Raiders 197, Cowboys 196. The Cowboys have run one more play than the Raiders. Time of possession is almost even. Like these teams are like dead split in the middle. Time of possession for the Raiders 15-26. Time of possession for the Cowboys 14-34. And yeah, I don't know. This game is way like too balanced for both teams. It's kind of scary. I think the special teams play is what, have helped the Raiders just a little bit more. Obviously, that 56-yard pass to Deshaun Jackson for that opening touchdown was a game changer and kept them off the field, because that first drive for them was really, really short. But I'm curious to see if either of these teams are going to stick with the run game in the second half. Dallas definitely should. I don't know why they would ever abandon their run. But like I said, the Raiders have not had success running the football as a whole all season, with Jacobs being hurt. Drake's a good back, but, they just haven't had a lot of success either from playing from behind or whatever. But the Raiders start with the ball, and so I'm curious to see how long they spend on the field this first drive. Like, if they can obviously keep getting first downs, but if they're going to pound the football or start just trying to get points immediately. Because I feel like with this Cowboys team, the ability to put up 50 points in a game if they wanted to, I feel like you really want to keep them off the field. So if I were the Raiders, I would try to incorporate the run as much as possible in this half. And for the Cowboys, just have their defense, really step it up and get some stuff going. Also, I'm going to end this poll now because it is halftime, and I just realized, but so at the halftime, I think it was halftime of the Detroit Lions game, they had Big Sean perform, but I think they just said they were going to have a country singer for this one, and which makes sense. They're the Dallas Cowboys. There's not much more country than that. But I think that's what they said. I wasn't really listening. I was just kind of rambling. And poll, the Raiders got some more votes towards the end, but with 21 votes, 71% said Cowboys, 29% said Raiders. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Dallas is going downhill fast. They were regarded as an NFC Championship team 3 weeks ago. I love that the last couple weeks they've just been crowning people, and then the following week crowning someone else. Like 2 weeks ago, they were crowning Tennessee as the champions. of the AFC. And then last week, it was Kansas City, or this week. And then the same thing with Dallas. It was Tampa Bay, and then it was Arizona, and then it was Dallas, and now it's back to Arizona. Like, you can't crown anybody, especially in this NFL season when everything's been so insane all year. And they like, I just feel like you can't count anybody out. I mean, I think there's like a solid 4 or 5 teams maybe, like the Texans, the Lions, the Dolphins, and the Jets. I think are maybe the only 4 you can count out. Getting close to counting out the Giants with the Chicago win today. I don't know that you can count them out just yet either. So, like, everybody's in it. Last week, 20 out of the 32 teams were above 500 or above. And, in the AFC, I think they said it was like 12 of the 16 were 500 or above. So, like, you can't count any team out right now. Okay, so they have Luke Combs performing the halftime. Happy Thanksgiving, JB. Also, Lin Chow, thank you very, very much. And thank you both for stopping by. JB, I know this isn't college basketball, but I appreciate the comment. Also, I appreciate you all hanging out with me on Thanksgiving. I didn't know if people would be out doing things or hanging with family or shopping. Well, I know a lot of places are closed, but Black Friday, I don't know if people still do Black Friday anymore because Walmarts have been doing like 30 days of Black Friday. But, all the people that stopped in here today and spent at least a little bit of time with me, I appreciate it because I know there's things anybody could be doing right now. And I know I'm here, but that doesn't mean everybody else is just sitting at home too. But like I said, I'm very thankful for all of you guys. Basketball rules unless you are a Chiefs fan. Why would basketball rule unless I'm a Chiefs fan? Cyberbully. I don't know why that's funny. Monday are my favorite. Me too. I prefer online shopping. I don't like crowds. I mean, I like a concert setting of crowds, but I don't like shopping around people being crazy and anything can happen. But the deals are just as good online as they are in store, and if I can buy all those things without having to get out, it's usually cold. And so I don't really like to leave the house when it's cold. I'll do all that as much as I can. I am not a country music fan, so I'm happy for this guy getting to perform at the halftime, but I don't care too much for it. And the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are getting their time to shine in the middle of the field. Because I guess the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are the most important cheerleaders in the world. I don't know. This is just. He's not that bad and not not talented, but it's just not my cup of tea. I'm actually drinking water, but it's not my cup of water either. I preferred Big Sean's performance 100%. I feel bad for Big Sean being a Detroit Lions fan, but he put on a good show. My neighbors are driving down the street booming. Like, I can hear their speakers booming. Ugh. Yeah, so like I said, this halftime, this game, the Raiders, the Cowboys are like fairly even playing. And realistically, the Cowboys are a much better team, at least at the moment. So this has been a good game for the Raiders to have a good game. But I kind of had a hunch they would because of how well the AFC West has played against the Cowboys this season as a whole. Um, but that was another argument I had about the Giants playing Tampa Bay. You know, they played the NFC South really well up until then, but they just stopped playing after the first quarter of that game on Monday night. If they had continued playing and maybe tried to run the ball a little bit more and spread it out some, I think that would have been a real game, but it turned into nothing after halftime. They just didn't even come back after the halftime show. Told you it would be. Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was horrible. Told you I would be. My apologies. I misread that. I thought you were just talking about that game too. But yeah, Tim, I appreciate you, my dude. And Papa Master, JB, Obi Win, all of you guys. You guys are great. Kind of jealous my dad's down in Texas right now because it's pretty chilly here. I have to have the heat on, and he's probably in shorts right now because he called me earlier and said it was pretty warm down there, and so I'm a little upset, a little jealous, not gonna lie. It's probably warm over where you're at too, Puppet Master. Over in Cali. Where are you at again, Tim? For some reason I want to say Virginia, but I don't think that's right. I know you're a Saints fan, but I didn't think you were south. And I have a terrible memory. He's singing about beer not never breaks his heart. I feel like that's 55 here in the hill country of Texas. Oh, so yeah, I knew you were down south, trying to make it down to 10. Oh, I've missed your first comment. I haven't been outside today, but inside is a hot 60. Oh, wow. It's a lot chillier there than I thought. 55, 60. I think it's 40, 40-ish here. I'm between Austin and San Antonio. That's not too bad. I know it does get cold there. I know Shelby was in San Antonio in March 2 years ago for basic training. It might have been 3 years ago. And she said it was real cold in the mornings there. So I know it's possible to get cold there. It just doesn't seem as likely as it does when you're here. In the Kentuckiana area, it could be 80 degrees one day and snowing the very next day. So the weather's really stupid here, especially once it starts cooling off. The humidity makes it worse, yeah. Everywhere south I've traveled, the weather is nice unless the humidity gets up and then it's like really hot. Generally very mild winters. Yeah, my grandparents live I can't remember where they said they're at in Texas. I know they used to be in Fort Worth. I don't think they're there now. But they got like a bunch of snow last year, but other than that, they have not gotten very many snows. I think halftime's just about done. They had their halftime performance. and now it's on commercial. So we should be getting fairly close to start of quarter number 3. And now it's back to playing that commercial break guitar strum. Pretty excited for this game tonight against the Bills and Saints. I'm also really excited to eat when this game is over because I'm a dummy and didn't do that beforehand. I was busy with my dogs and cat, feeding them and watching the stupid football game this morning. Oh, let's see here. I know there's like not a lot going on right this second, so I feel like horrible about having any dead time, but I think out of all the football games I've sat here and done with you guys, this is the most with the most commercials I've had through all of them. Alabama. Okay, so you are down south. What's the weather like where you are, Tim? I remember you saying Alabama now, and I feel dumb for forgetting. I forgot that Obi Win was in Texas too, but I knew for some reason I was thinking Oklahoma in my head. I don't know. I only got I only got Virginia earlier because I feel like a lot of the people in my dad's treasure hunting community is that direction and more so than south of us. All right, so I think we've only got about a minute or two before we kick off, and then the Raiders will get the football first in going into the half with the lead. All right, yeah, it's coming back now, so we're about to kick off the half. Let's go ahead and switch this. To third. I don't know how to spell, apparently. All right, we are in the third quarter. Live really close to the University of Alabama, like 3/4 a mile away. That is really close. Is it like hectic where you live? Because I went down to my friend's brother lives in Mississippi. He lives in Tupelo, but we went down to like Ole Miss and checked that everything out. But that whole town is like kind of hectic because like the whole place is like a college town. And I feel like Alabama's probably fairly similar to that. So Tony Romo says he feels like this game's going to come down to a turnover. I feel like he's probably right. The turnover battle usually determines the winner, but unless something crazy happens. Yeah, this game could be tied if Zerline hadn't missed those 2 kicks. Derek Carr's getting fired up. He's ready to go. All right, we got Zerline lining up to kick to start us off in this third quarter. Let's see if we're going to get a return. Kicked it really far right, no return or left, sorry, no return, so it's going to be a touchback. We're going to get started here on the 25. Mike McCarthy said they need to run the football more. Yeah, that's what I said. Both of these teams. So Darren Waller's got a bruise on his left knee. He hasn't came back from the locker room, but he has not been ruled out yet. So they start off with a run by Josh Jacobs and got about 4 yards. almost 5. They might give him 5. They gave him 5. So they're going to be on the 30-yard line, 2nd and 5. All right. Okay, so Darren Waller's walking back out, but he's not in a uniform, so that okay, so there was a toss to Zay Jones and he tripped, but he would have gotten the first if he hadn't have slipped up right there. Mike needs to keep doing what he's doing. Losing games is perfectly acceptable with someone with his status. Keep it up. Yes. Yes. I'm right there with you. Yeah, he got excited and slipped. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1 instead of a first down here. Raining now. Yeah, it was raining either last night or this morning because it was really wet when I took my mini horses outside to use the bathroom. So they went back to the run game. It's Jacobs, but he lost about 5 yards. So this is going to be a punt. I'm surprised they went to the run game after 2 runs in a row. He almost got it. 56 degrees, that's not too bad. If it was 56 degrees right now, I'd be sweating because it's been so cold the last couple weeks. We had one day that was like 70 and it was insane, and the next day it was like 32, and it hasn't gotten much over 45 any day since then. So he calls a fair catch, but it went out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, and there's a fight. Oh, there's a fight. Someone they're grabbing face masks. Whoa. I don't even know what happened, but they're backed up against the I don't know who started that fight, but it came after the kick was on. The kick ended up out of bounds. Shoving them up against the wall of where the seats are. They never threw a flag. Okay, so a Cowboy shoved him out of bounds, but he never let go of the Cowboys jersey, and so they just started going at it out of bounds. There was no flags thrown. I mean, they're congregating now. But there was not one single flag thrown. Now there is. We got one. Someone finally dropped one. I don't know what the heck just happened, but that was stupid. They're writing down names now. I feel like they should only get those 2 guys because I think the rest of the guys were trying to break stuff up and everyone else started throwing hands trying to break everyone up. Okay, well, he's giving the calls, but his mic's not turned on, so no one can hear him. They disqualified somebody. Oh, one of the refs' chin's bleeding. I don't think he knows. Oh, I was gonna say University of Alabama home games is probably insane right there. I mean, classes, yeah, but those like homecoming weekend especially, I'm sure it's hard to get just about anywhere. I have a family and their son used to work in my department, but they both work at the casino, and they're all huge Alabama fans, and they go down there for homecoming every year. And they always tell me stories. They're going down there in a week or 2. So the one of them I talk to every day, she told me so many stories about how insane it gets. So I don't know how many players got disqualified from the game. I couldn't imagine that it's more than the first two guys, if any other than that, because I only could read his lips when he said one, but he could have said both players when he called the penalty. Um, I don't even know what actually happened. Everything was fine, and then two guys just went flying and started grabbing each other's face masks. Wasn't quite as bad as the Miles Garrett Mason Rudolph tussle, which was stupid, but uh, someone's always got to fight on the holidays, right? Dude, I'm so excited for this South Park post COVID thing. It's going to be so funny. I already know. This streaming thing can't make up its mind if it wants to give me real commercials or if it wants to give me commercial break. Stupid. It just keeps going back and forth. Something I really hate is that they have created so many streaming sites that you have to pay for, like Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. Even for college basketball, you have to pay for like a single team, or football, single team other than, prime time and whatever. Then you've got like Hulu and Netflix. It's just too much. I hate it. Imagine losing on Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for being on a losing team. You right though. What's up, Jeff? Happy Thanksgiving, my guy. Hope all is well for you. They give it to Tony Pollard and he gets about 12 yards on the run. He's having a slightly better game than Zeke is. So it looks like they did disqualify those two guys. Yeah, the Kelvin Joseph and Roderick Teamer were ejected. Well, imagine how the Lions feel. Not only do they lose every week, but they get, embarrassed on Thanksgiving every year too. Dak drops back. He threw it to Zeke, but Zeke never turned around and wasn't ready, and so it was an incomplete pass. So Zach. I keep calling him Zach. Dak was being chased down by Quentin Jefferson. Thanks for stopping by again, Jeff. I don't know what you have planned for today, but I appreciate the time. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from their own 29. Dak throws it, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage, so we're going to be at 3rd and 10 now. .12:05 left in the third quarter. Yo, it sucks. StreamYard doesn't use Safari. Yeah, it only uses Safari on like an iPhone or something, but on a computer it uses Google Chrome mostly. No problem, just hanging out here for a while. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Well, you can stop by anytime tonight you want. There's another football game on at 8:20, so I'm gonna take a little bit of break once this game ends. If unless it keeps getting drug out, then I will not get that much of a break. But so defense got hit with a hold. Yeah, I think it'll use Firefox too. I use Google Chrome because it works the best with it. So the Dallas is going to get a 1st down instead of a 4th down. So both teams have had 6 penalties. Raiders for 54, Dallas for 65. Love Cartman. Oh, man. He's so funny, man. Kenny was always my favorite when I was little. I even dressed up as him for Halloween one year. Looked like Cedric Wilson for about 5 yards. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5 now. Oh, 2nd and 4. Yeah, I downloaded Firefox. Yeah, you should be able to just go to StreamYard.com, create an account. My dad should get back to you when he can. I know he's in Texas and isn't having a great cell phone service or internet out there. Howdy, Alex. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Luke Duke. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving as well. Solomon Thomas just sniffed out that play. They handed it off to Pollard, and he just got smacked immediately for a loss of 3 or 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. So that was a loss of 6. Got terrible depth perception. 10:50 left in the 3rd. Yeah, everybody lined up on the right except for one guy. He dropped it down for Pollard, and he came short for the 4th down. Can you get donation on StreamYard? Well, it's still through YouTube. And I think you have to be monetized to get donations. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, I think. Unless you set up something else like maybe Cash App or something. So it's 4th and 3, and Anger is going to punt for the 4th time today with 10 minutes left in the 3rd. Deep punt on the 15-yard line. He calls a fair catch. And I think they just said, yep, there's a late flag. Yeah, nothing that you run will be on StreamYard other than the stream. Everything will still be on YouTube, King. So if you have donations set up on YouTube, then you will be able to. Kicking team got a legal block in the back. Stopping back in. Looks like this game is tied. Well, JB, there he is right there. I don't think he will, but he might be able to give you an answer about that. I would do it, but I'm not that proficient. And actually, I work on Saturday until 9:30, so. But yeah, Dad, this game is really tight. These two teams are playing fairly even. The halftime stats, time of possession was the same. Pass yards, rush yards, same. Everything, the penalties were relatively the same. Everything's been like neck and neck. And so nobody scored in the 3rd quarter so far. It's just going to see which team makes a breakaway first. Have you played the Southport games before? Okay, I haven't played the Fractured Butthole game, but I have played Stick of Truth, and I really enjoyed it. I always wanted to get the newer one, but I just never got around to it. I'm probably still going to buy it just because I liked the Stick of Truth game. Hey, this Fire Nagy video got me subs. Hey, there you go. It's a hot topic right now, so if you keep putting videos about it, it probably won't. It probably will get you some attention to your channel. I don't think they're gonna fire Nagy today since they ended up winning, but it was a close one. I still disagree with the kneeling down at the end of the quarter, but it ended up working out for them, so more power to them. All right, we're back from the commercial break. And And I don't even know exactly where the Raiders are going to start off because they got yards added on to the fair catch. Yeah, Dad, if it's after the game, I will get on there and test it with you because I'll be streaming for a while. But if it's that late, then I'll run a test with you, or you can just hop on. Okay, he caught it from the 400 Renfro, and he got down to at least the 50. They better keep Nagy. He's keeping the Bears on par with the Lions. All is good. I mean, you're right. You're right, Puppet Master. But Dad, if you want to try to hop on here at any point in the streams just to test yours out, you can do that as well. Or however you want to do it, I can help you. Is that flag? Oh, behind me? Yeah, it's a band flag for the band Ice Nine Kills. He throws it to a tight end for second down. He only got about 2 yards to Moreau. But yeah, it's a heavier band called Ice Nine Kills, and they do a lot of horror movie themes. I think they should keep Nagy too, but at this point they might run him out himself with all the hate he's gotten. So Carr dropped back at 2nd and 7. He is rushing around. He somehow escapes a tackle, throws it to Hunter Renfro, and gets the first down. But both Renfro and Carr looked a little rough getting up from that. Carr's grabbing his neck. We might see a little bit of Marcus Mariota. Now there's a flag down. Oh, yeah. Alex, are you or your pops going to stream the Bills game tonight? I am for sure. Yeah, I already have the stream set up. I can drop the link towards the end of this stream if you want. But he might try to get in there because I know he wants to try to test his stream out. Okay, so Dallas got hit with a roughing the passer. So they got an extra 15 yards at the end of that play because Carr got hit hard. And he got a knee in the face after. But he might hop in and try to test it, but I'll definitely be here for sure. What part of Texas is your dad in today? Grew up on the coast before moving to Washington. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I knew the last time I remember they were in Fort Worth, but I don't think they're there now. So if he's still in here, he might put it down in the chat where he's at exactly. I know everybody's chanting fire Nagy, but I think he's a good coach. He's just letting the media and everybody influence him too much. So he hands it off to Josh Jacobs and got about 6. My internet dropped. Missed your answer about IU Saturday. So he's gonna get on tonight, whether it be on my next stream during the Bills game or afterwards, and test his connection there to see if he's gonna be able to do it. So he is unsure as of right now. But he's going to try for sure. I know he wants to, but he doesn't know if it's going to be possible where he's at with the internet situation. 2nd and 4, hand off to Jacobs again, gets the first down. I don't know how he slipped through that. It's going to be 1st and goal now. No problem. The problem in Chicago is the same as New York. Ownership has to be behind their coach's back. Ownership in both cities is wormy at best. Supporter fire, but don't do dumb shit to save yourself. Yeah, I think he's teary-eyed because he's, trying his best to do what he wants to do, but, having to do what everybody else wants to do, and he's really torn. All right, it's 1st and goal. Marcus Mariota takes off with it, and he's in the end zone. That's a touchdown. Rushing touchdown goes to Marcus Mariota to add 6 to their lead. Oh, yeah. So as it stands, it's 23-13, but with an extra point will be 24. Oh, that's That's real nice. I'm glad to see him get some play time. I don't like seeing players get hurt, but I do enjoy watching him play. All right, Carlson's lining up for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. Back to 11. Longview. Who was it that asked? Rickenstein. He said he's in Longview, Texas. I knew it was somewhere. I just couldn't remember. But there you go. Yeah, I saw that video at his son's game. I felt like that was a little uncalled for. But, people will be people, and people like to chant. So you're going to see them chant whatever wherever they can. And we're back on commercial break. We're still in the third quarter. We're getting close to the end of the third quarter. I can't believe Judge wasn't fired. You're right, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So the Saints aren't going to have Mark Ingram or Alvin Kamara tonight. This is going to be a really interesting game for the Saints, taking on the Bills. The Saints have played really well at home. I think they've only had one actual home game this year, but they, made Tom Brady look dumb. Yeah, the Giants did fire their offensive coordinator yet on Monday, though. So they got freaking Freddie Kitchens calling plays. Alex, you're so knowledgeable about the game. Have you ever coached, or would you ever want to? I would absolutely love that. I was actually just talking about that last week, that I wish I was like a football coach, because I would have so much fun. It's the one thing I love the most outside of, my family, friends, and probably music is football. But if given an opportunity to start even small, I probably would do it because it's so much fun. But I also really enjoy this. As much as I would love to do that, I enjoy getting to meet all the people I've met through YouTube as well. So this is fun too, because I've met a lot of people and that hang around. Yeah, that coach went to the Chiefs too, Pookie, and I don't know if she's still there, but I might look into it. It's just my work schedule, working the casino live. I work weekends a lot, and it's hard to get away from that. So if I had another source of income, so Pollard took the kickoff return, and it looks like he's going all the way from the kick, and that's a touchdown. Wow. All right, so Dak Prescott doesn't even get to come on the field. 100-yard kickoff return by Tony Pollard. I hate the Cowboys, but I love that man. I'm happy for him, but that was insane. And there was no penalties on the play, so it looks like it should be good. JB, I honestly, if I can maybe get to a comfortable place in this doing what I do here, I honestly might look into it because it would be so much fun. Even if it's just little kids, like 7 and 8-year-olds, I might look into it. Did you get sub from the raid? A couple of them. I know a lot of people stayed around for a little bit. I don't know how many exactly because I couldn't tell who all came from that. Tony Pollard is a fast man. So the new score now is Greg Zuerlein made the kick, so it is 24-20, and the Raiders get the ball back. Dak Prescott gets to sit a little bit longer. This is where the Cowboys defense might get a little worn out if the Raiders can stay on the field long enough. I appreciate you, JB, though. That means a lot, man. God, man, he is so fast. I'm a sub from the raid. You and your dad are great at this. Hey, Rick, I thought I was pretty confident you came from the Grossi raid, but you, Pookie, and Puppet Master, I know you guys hang around since then, so I definitely appreciate it. Okay, so it's 24-19. There was a penalty on the kick, and so now they're going to go for two on the defensive. So let's see if they get this 2-point attempt. Double toss and no good, so they lost a point on the play. Did you check my buddy from the Fort Sport Fury? I subscribe to him. I haven't got to check him out. But you about to eat some food. See y'all later for tonight's game. Thanks, Puppet Master. Yeah, as soon as this game's over, I'm going to hop off here and go eat real quick, and I will be back. I have the stream set for 8:20, but if this game ends fast enough, I will get off, and I'll probably start that one a little early so we can, talk a little bit about the game before it gets going. Became a fan of Tom Grossi after the raid. So cool of him to do that. Yeah, I went over there. I watched his stream, and I subscribed to him, and I've been watching his videos every day that he posts since then. I've become a fan of him. I'm very, very grateful for what he did for our channel, and so I've been showing him love as well because he's a funny guy, man. I know a lot of his fans that came in here that day were telling me, check this out, check that out. So I listened, I went and checked all of that stuff out. And I have notifications on. So I usually watch him when he posts. I know that's exactly what I thought too, that he looked like Jim Carrey and reminded me of him. But I know he posted a video like about 20 minutes ago too. So I obviously haven't watched it yet because I've been here. And you can call me Rick from here on. Rickenstein Inc. is just our dinky YouTube channel. Hey, that's okay. I don't mind calling you Rickenstein, but Rick is a little bit easier to flow with. But it's nice to meet you formally now, Rick. I don't like to assume people's names by their username because sometimes that username could come from anything. Because it could have been, something like Rick and Morty related. I don't know. And so I didn't want to assume, but I will call you Rick. Derek Carr throws to Josh Jacobs, and he dropped it. That would have been a deep ball. That could have been a touchdown if he even caught that, but he just drops it. Oh, that hurts. If he would have scored a touchdown on this game was going to be a mess. Do you make regular content, Rick? Like, do you do anything fun, or I don't know what your channel is? Randomly found Alex a few weeks ago while looking for a live NFL game. Also subscribe to the Ohio River channel. Yeah, he does live streams every Thursday. I don't know if you've been over there and seen them, but he usually brings another treasure hunter or someone on there with him, and they just talk about like their channel outside of his normal videos, and they do a lot of cool stuff. They do a lot of giveaways over there. We have a lot of giveaways lined up over here. We are just significantly behind. But if you comment on the Sport Fury my name, I can do that. Derek Carr just took a big run all the way to midfield. It's 1st and 10. This game is like getting exciting now. Derek Carr went from injured to Tony Pollard speed. But hey, Owen, I appreciate you sticking around, man. We've had a lot of fun talking with you as well. I shouldn't speak for my dad, but I know he feels the same way. That was 22 yards for Derek Carr. Is Shane a history picker? He metal detects and magnet fishes, and he's dabbled a little bit into gold prospecting as well. He does all kinds of stuff. I'm sure he's metal detecting this week in Texas, because there's a couple of people in his community that he recently, well, not recent, he's known them for about a year now, that he's going to hang out with this week. When we went to Tampa in June, we met up with one of our metal detecting friends, and they spent the day metal detecting in Tampa. I actually recently won a magnet from a Magnet Fishers giveaway, and so once it warms up here, I'm going to get into that hobby as well. I might make a personal channel of just random odds and ends adventures that I do, because I have the setup for gold prospecting, and I have the setup for magnet fishing. So I'm pretty much good to go if I want to start doing that kind of stuff. So they hand off to Josh Jacobs. He gets about 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be second down. He puts him at midfield. But yeah, I think I might start an odds and ends channel. Maybe me and Shelby, and we're going to this summer probably hit up and start, well, at least spring, doing a bunch of random treasure hunting kind of things like that. We might travel a little bit and document it just for fun. Because that'll be during baseball season. We'll do a lot of stuff on here for baseball, but I'm not as in-depth as my dad is with baseball. Shelby, we love and appreciate you very much. So he threw it to Deshaun Jackson, well, in the direction of, and it was incomplete, so it was 3rd and 8, 5:03 left in the third quarter. No, just a few Hitman video game videos I've made from playing it. I thought about live streaming Texans or Seahawks games, but I haven't got the ambitions about it yet. I think I've hung out here more than any other channel since right after Alex won a duck race. Was that on, whose channel was that on, Tim? Was that on whose channel did I win that on? I can't remember. Well, Rickenstein, I will write, well, I don't have to. I'll remember your name. Sorry, Rick. Carr throws it deep, incomplete to Deshaun Jackson. I don't know that he got a flag, so it's going to be, oh, there it is. There's the flag. That might be a PI call. I'll check it out. I enjoy the Hitman games, but especially if you want to do any Texans or Seahawks games, anytime that I'm not live, because, I miss a lot of games, this opportunity to do this when I'm at work, but I can watch bits and pieces and join in on with you. So just let me know if you decide to get up and start doing that, because I'll support you, man. And I'll get over there to your channel tonight or in the morning, and so I can be on there for you. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 35. Carr loads up to nobody. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. You come and hang out here. I like to try to support as many of the creators that come and support me. I don't always get to watch every video of every person, but I watch a lot of sports guys, treasure hunting guys, just random stuff. I know Tim from Alley Cat Treasures recently started putting up a little bit here and there. I try to get to everybody as much as I can. All right, 2nd and 10. Carr hands it off to Kenyon Drake to the 30-yard line. It's going to be about 3rd and 5. But that's the thing I love about YouTube, is the ability to create a community. And, watching my dad go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and now hundreds of new friends. Like, we do this channel together. I know that you guys haven't seen a lot of me and him at the same time, but a lot of you guys you met after we started doing these play-by-plays. So, we're on different schedules as well. After the holidays, we'll probably get back to a little bit more normal. He throws it to Renfro, but he gets thrown out of bounds short of the 3rd down. the first down yardage, so it's going to be 4th down. Yeah, his channel really inspired me to get him to come do this with me. And I'm so glad because, like I said, I met a lot of people on that side, but now I'm meeting my kind of people, all these different sports people that I can relate a little bit more to and have deeper conversations about sports because most of them don't know that much about sports or at least don't watch it anymore. Field goal is up. And that's good. So it's going to be 27-19. I'll update our score here. 3:28 left in the third quarter. The Raiders have led this entire game so far. Can't really explain why I gravitated to Alex and Shane for whatever reason. They are both very friendly and likable. Thankful I found the channel. Thanks again, both of you. Yeah, I appreciate that more than I could ever say. But I just want you to know, that means everything to me and my dad as well. I don't think I've ever seen him have so much fun than when he started doing these live streams, on both channels and meeting these people and doing all these things that he loves to do. And so it makes me happy to see my dad that happy, and it just makes me happy because I also have the same feeling that he's feeling. And so you guys are all so awesome. And once we get through this little bit of hectic time of him traveling, holidays and everything, we can get back together in the same place. We've got a lot of giveaways to give back to you guys for supporting us lined up. So I can't wait to do that with all of you. I haven't decided exactly how we're going to do it, but I know what we're going to do. And so it's definitely a large portion of appreciation from us to you. We want to give back. I'm not sure which channel either, Tim, because I keep thinking it was Rob's, but it had to have been someone like JP or something. Your love for your dad is awesome. I have friends, obviously, and then Shelby and my work friends and everything, but my dad was a single dad for a long time until he met my stepmom and they got married and had my brother and everything. But my dad has always, my whole life, been the one person that's always been there. And he is the one person that is the most like me. And so I have all the love in the world for him. He is my favorite person. He's my best friend. And so this is awesome. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, Amethyst. Thanks for coming by. I don't know how long you've been here because I know you like to lurk sometimes, but I appreciate you being here. I hope you've had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you just had a great day in general, even if you didn't do Thanksgiving today, because I know people do Thanksgiving on different days. Would be cool at some point if you could have a guest chime in on a video. Yeah, okay, so you guys are relatively new to the channel, but when we first started doing live streams, we actually had guests fairly frequently. But there were times that it got very messy and unorganized. So we want to have guests. We haven't really had anybody reach out to us recently that has want to. And so, like I said, once we get things a little bit more together, I know we're going to try to plan that out. So maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, have a guest either come in here on a halftime of a game or during our other regular streams or something, when we do our weekly picks, come in here and get a third opinion. We've got a lot of stuff that we want to do. So it was 1st and 10. And he threw it to Gallup and got a pickup of 7. So we got a whole lot of things that we want to do, and we're working on it. And hopefully by the end of the year, the start of the next year, he's trying to move, and then I'm following him once he moves, get things organized and planned out a little bit better so we can get in to do that. Also, I got a special guest for me right here. Hey, he just popped in. You're in black and white.
Can't hear you.
Camera from the 80s? You're in black and white.
Try again.
Your color's coming a little bit. I see the brown from the doorway. Tim said uploaded one today. I will definitely check that out later tonight, Tim. Would probably be cool for you guys to hear and see some of your fans. Yeah, definitely. We're really excited to have people come up here and chat with us. Hey, JB says you look younger. I don't know how his internet's doing for him. So Dak gets a throw off, and it gets batted down and incomplete. Your color's starting to come to a little bit. Early 70s. Sorry, OB. So they kick it off. It was 4th down, a fair catch at about the 8-yard line. Is that my brother? There's my twin. They do have the in Longview. So it's still 27-19.
Rickenstein, not quite in Longview. We're just.
He said we can call him Rick.
Rick. We're a little ways away from there, so it's not very good internet at all.
Do you have your camera or his?
I'm sorry?
Are you using your camera or his?
I'm using his.
I thought so. Carr throws it to Zay Jones, who gets a lane open. He's at the 30, 35, the 40. He gets tripped up at about the 45 for a great digging themselves out of the hole, backed up in their own end zone. I can't believe we're still in the third quarter. This game has gone on and on.
It's still in the third quarter?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was a fight earlier in the game, so that kind of slowed it down, too. And there's been as many commercials as there is in college basketball in this game.
Thank you, JB.
All right, and they hand off to, looks like Jacobs, and he gets his feet grabbed. Actually, that might have been Drake. I couldn't tell. Their numbers are very close.
Yeah.
It's been a really good game.
Yeah,
but it's been dragging. It feels like it's been on forever.
Yeah, so what I notice is more so than anything is that you constantly freeze. And
I freeze?
Well, but it's on my end because I can see it on my connection.
I don't think so.
It's on my end, though. It's my connection.
So Derek Carr is averaging 304 yards per game, which is only second this season to Tom Brady. A pass to Hunter Renfrow, and he gets out and gets the first down. Oh, that was not Hunter Renfrow. That was Kenyon Drake. I only saw the 3.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of promise that I can keep up with and stream with another thing running. There's just doesn't seem to be no possibility.
Did you try streaming on your phone?
Yeah, it's even worse.
I didn't know, like streaming the game or whatever on your phone. Like pull up the Yahoo Sports app and try to pull up this game because it's free on your phone. Deep ball up. Oh, that's got to be a PI call. No, okay. So it looked like it was going to be a PI call, but I think my screen glitched a little bit. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, and there's 2 seconds left of the third quarter. It was really close. Okay, so I wasn't exaggerating. That did look like an almost PI call. Tim says he can hear you.
Yeah, I got the law. It's just I was just making sure that this setup worked. The problem that I got is I'm going to piddle around. I'm going to come back here in a little bit, let you finish this one out and then I'm going to come in on the other game and see if I can hang out with you for a little bit. I definitely got to do
later in the night goes, the better your internet will work too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's garbage. Period.
I noticed that my better at nighttime for even with the bad ones. Welcome
I got an
to
easy.
It's in the Blood. That is my young brother with a lot of hair who is my actual twin. Your brother looks like he had the same haircut as you. No, his hair is twice as long as mine. He's got some like 90s boy haircut.
He definitely got that boy band look, doesn't he?
Like 90s boy band, long hair, kind of almost like Justin Herbert if pushed back.
Yeah.
Okay, 2nd and 10. Vegas just took a timeout. Oh, he tripped when he went to go. It looked like that was Kenyon Drake. He tripped, and so we're officially into the 4th quarter. I didn't think we'd ever get here, but let me update to.
Yeah, I keep dropping the stream on my phone too. I know this is going to be impossible. I'm going to go over onto my other account and I'm going to put up a community post about tonight.
Alex, are you the elder? Yeah, I am 25. My brother is 18, but if we were standing next to each other, you wouldn't think he was 18 if you knew I was 25 because he's so much bigger than I am. And my middle sibling is 22. My sister.
Hey Tim, nice to see you too. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody that's in here today. I wish that I could broadcast, but you know, holidays and family sometimes
Hey, the
come
longer
first.
you've been on there, the better your picture has been.
Yeah,
so like the
it
longer
just
you've
doesn't.
sat, like especially if you don't move a whole lot, the picture's like the color's off, but your picture is clear.
So every time I talk, am I clear? Are you the only one that's freezing up, or is my video freezing?
No, I mean your voice is clear, your audio's good. Your face, it gets a little blurry for like a split second, but like it's really not that bad.
No, what the thing of it is that
Did you try jumping
you.
down to like a lower video quality setting?
Yeah, the thing of it is that it's you freeze audio and video.
I freeze for you, but I'm not freezing.
Right, that's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Drop down from 720 to like something lower, and so it won't have to try so hard because your audio is already perfect.
Alex, I'm on the lowest. I'm on the lowest setting.
Oh, well, it's really not that bad. That's perfect. You look perfect now. I know you bumped it up to the higher one because you zoomed out a little bit.
Yeah, 420. I didn't take it all the way up to the 720 or whatever.
Obi-Wan says, looks like a handsome young man on my screen too.
Gee.
All right, you just froze for the first time. SWFL in the house. Yeah, you frozen. I'm going to take you off until you go back to the lower setting. He's still frozen. Even I can see him down on the bottom. I'll bring him back up so everyone can see his frozen face. Now it's just black. It's not even going to show him. Embarrassed that he froze. Okay, let's take him off for now. I know he was born in 73, Obi-Wan. I can't remember what year you said. For some reason, I thought you said 76. But you might have said 71. I froze him. Yeah, as soon as SWFL came in, he froze. What'd you do to him? All right, so the Raiders just punted. So if Dallas loses today, they'll still be in the number 1 seed. But they'll have a worse record than the next up wild card. Any word if Matt Nagy has been fired? 72. That's right. You were just a tad bit older. So Dak got the pass off to I can't remember what that guy's name is, number 85, and gets the first down, digs them out of the hole. Matt Nagy has not been fired as of now. He won today, so I don't know if they'll fire him just yet. Dak throws it down to the middle. Brown, that's a guy's name. Back-to-back catches for him. So he's still got a job as of right now. If they wouldn't have made that kick, he wouldn't have even left Detroit. They would have left him there. But he's a little more secure for right now. 2nd and 4. Dallas is moving with some tempo now. He throws deep to Michael Gallup, and he gets it. And he's down in the... Looks like he made it to the red zone. Hit him man-to-man with Michael Gallup, and he burned him. Yeah, that was just blown coverage. He didn't try to slow him down at all. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. And they're moving. They're trying to make this a game now. Dak dumps a screen off to Zeke, and he gets a 1st down. 13-24 in the 4th quarter left of the game. They're moving quick. They're only down 8 points right now. This game is only a 1-score game, so this touchdown right here could be huge. They did go for 2 earlier and not get it. Dak throws it into the end zone to Gallup, but he threw it a little short. Yeah, Gallup burned a guy again, and he missed the catch. Dak just slightly threw it too far ahead of him. Cowboys fan, do you know you're playing an average team? You do know you're playing an average team, the Raiders. Oh, okay, I got you now. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for the Cowboys right now. I mean, I'm indifferent about this game because I don't like either of these teams, but I hear you, Mark. They got a gain of 7. They threw it to that Brown kid again. His helmet went flying off too. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 on the 7-yard line. Dak drops back, throws it into the end zone. That's Dalton Schultz. So here we go. Chiefs are Cowboys fans this game. Yeah, I would like to say that, but I don't like the Cowboys either, so I'm rooting Raiders, and it really hurts me to say that. But the reason being is I don't think the Raiders are a threat, even if they win this game. I think the West has just played against Dallas really well this year. Okay, so the touchdown's no good because there's 2 fouls on the offense. They got hit with a hold, which was accepted. So it's going to be 3rd and 13, I think. I want to be a Cowboy fan this game, but I just don't want the Cowboys to win. I would rather this game end in a tie than anything. Go KU. I won't be mad if the Cowboys win, though. I mean, if anything, because the Raiders lost. So he throws to Pollard, and now it's going to be 4th down. 12:32 left in the game. So it's going to be 4th and 7. It looks like they're going to kick a field goal here. So Greg Zuerlein's going to come back out. Obi win. Here's a chance to help get out of the negative a little bit. 29 yards. Kick's good. So now it's going to be a 5-point game. They had a touchdown, but too many penalties piled up against them. We're on commercial again. As a Colts fan, I think a Cowboy win is preferable. I see what you mean because of the wild card race right now. Let me look at the Raiders' schedule. Let's see who they got after this. They play the Washington football team next week, which I am definitely going to be all on Washington. Then they play the Chiefs again, which go Chiefs. Then they play the Browns, which I hope they beat the Browns. As a Bengals fan as well, I hope they beat the Browns. And as a Colts fan, that game you would want probably to go to whoever has the least amount of wins. And then they play the Broncos, and then they play the Colts, which I will wear a Colts jersey if I do that play-by-play for you, JB, for everybody, because I hate the Raiders. And then they end the season versus the Chargers. So, I mean, there's a possibility they lose every game this year, and there's a possibility they could win every game this year. Don't think they'll beat the Colts. The Colts are on a strong uptick right now. Jonathan Taylor put all 53 guys on the roster on his back and is just carrying them. He's playing phenomenal. Carson Wentz is looking a whole lot better. I grew up an Oilers fan surrounded by Cowboys fan. Go Raiders. Oh, yeah, I feel ya. I hear you, but the Chiefs did lose at home to the Raiders last year. Can't happen this year. The Chiefs are on an uptick. They've allowed 20 or less points in their last 4 games, which is the longest streak. In the last 4 games, it's the longest streak of any team this year. So I think if they can hold the Raiders under 20 points, they can beat them if they can consistently get their offense going. And Clyde looked a lot better coming back this week. So with a 1-2 punch with Darrell Williams and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and get, these guys going on offense, I think they'll be able to handle the Raiders at home. I know it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be probably kind of close because it doesn't need to be, but it will be. But I think it is. I think it'll be all right. I have faith in the Chiefs. They're looking so much better, and it's the most relieving thing ever to watch them do to the Cowboys what they did last week. I know it wasn't like a tremendous blowout, but in my mind, that's what it felt like. As high scoring as this offense can be, it was just. And then them blowing out the Raiders, those two weeks in a row like that just felt so good. I could see the Chiefs not lose another game, but I could also see them lose a couple, and that scares me. Like the Bengals game, depends on which Bengals team shows up. Iona upset number 10 Alabama. Didn't Iona make the March Madness last year? Zips it to Deshaun Jackson, gets the first down. So let's see if the Raiders can go down and see what they're going to do here. Deshaun Jackson's really warmed up to this team. He didn't do too much the last game, but he's been a fairly big factor in this one. All right, it's 1st and 10 from the 41. Hand off to Jacobs, and he got a little bit of space and got about 5 or 6 yards. But got a hold, and so they brought it back. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now. Obi-Wan. Then got kicked off his bus when they started smoking weed. Warren Moon was a great quarterback. I feel like out of all the former great quarterbacks from around that era, people don't talk about him as much as I feel like they should. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now from the 31-yard line. Carr drops back. He's looking around. He's got a lot of time. He loads up deep, and he's got Hunter Renfrow all the way down to the 15-yard line. "54 yards in the air." They've had a 56-yard touchdown. They've had a 54-yard play to Hunter Renfrow on 1st and 20. It's because that secondary didn't go back far enough. So Derek Carr's 5-0 for games he's had 300-plus yards, and he's 0-5 for games he's thrown for less than 300 yards. See, that's what I'm saying about them having no run game. They have to throw to win. And they've actually gotten able to run the ball a little bit today. And so even though he's thrown for over 300, their offense has been much more balanced because of being able to run the ball. Raiders did come to play this game, which I don't like seeing that, but I feel like it's the Cowboys playing the AFC West. Denver did this. The Chiefs did this. The Chargers did it. They just had some really unlucky calls against them, which the Chargers should have won that game. Just coming from a football fan, not a Chiefs fan, the Chargers should have won that game. And now the Raiders are doing the same thing. And so they got another flag backed up there. They were 2nd and 6 from like the 12-yard line. Might be another hold. Yep. So it's going to be 2nd and 16 now. These penalties are killing them. I mean, they're winning, but like, oh, that was dumb. That was a dumb one. I mean, it was a hold, but it was a dumb call. There's been almost 200 yards worth of penalties between the two teams today. This has been crazy. 2nd and 16, Carr gets hit as he throws it and throws incomplete to Jacobs. He wasn't getting a first down off that either way, but he just couldn't connect with him. He was under heavy pressure and got dragged down. Dude, Carr's getting beat up this game. Zeke's trying to get the crowd fired up right now. They're only down by 5, 9:04 left in this game. All right, 3rd and 16. He throws it down to Renfrow again, but he's not going to get nearly enough yards. So they're probably going to settle for 3 here to make this an 8-point game again. Yeah, I mean, that was a good little run after that big play for the Cowboys defense. But that's what I'm saying about the Cowboys this year, is their defense has been good, but they have not been consistent. And they have flaws that people are able to exploit. So this is going to be a 30-yard attempt for Daniel Carlson. I got it right that time. It didn't call him Dylan. That kick was good, but there was a flag. So they think it's on the Cowboys, which will make it a first down for the Raiders. Oh, it might be 4th and inches. Tell Shane I won't hold my breath for the IU live stream, but I'll check in around game time in case of a miracle. Yeah, he's going to try. I know he wants to, and he's really disappointed about the idea of him not. But he's going to try. If you drop a comment somewhere just asking about it, one of us. Okay, Vegas chose to take the field goal, so it's an 8-point game. If you leave a comment, one of us will comment back a little bit before game time, and we will let you know for sure, because I'm sure I'll be talking to him on Saturday beforehand, even though I'll be at work. I hope he can, because he's he's really excited. He's really excited about the games for next week as well. So I know he'll definitely be back for that. So we're back on commercial break. I got to update the score. I think it's 30. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Will do. Yeah. One of us will let you know for sure. You can just leave it on whichever, wherever you want, and we'll reply to you so you get that notification from us. Those like massage gun things look incredible. I might need one of those for like my back. I keep seeing deals for them for Black Friday, and I feel like they would probably feel pretty nice. We're inching up really close to this other game. I thought I was going to get a little bit of a break in between. Rogers had COVID toe, but it hurts. Did you guys see that I saw it from a memes page that he updated his Twitter profile picture, and it's just a picture of his toe from a press conference, and I laughed so hard. Are the Cowgirls losing? Yeah, it's 30-22, and about 9 minutes left of the game. Happy Thanksgiving, JB. Thanks for hanging out as long as you did. We'll definitely let you know about Saturday as soon as we figure out, because we're gonna test his stream a little bit more tonight and see if we can get it in a good enough place. So we'll definitely let you know for sure. They said Rogers might need surgery on his toes. So the Raiders are kicking off now. Oh, he kicked it well out of the end zone because he did not want Pollard to burn him for 100 yards again. Funny that I had to look up COVID toe, and it turns out I had something similar, but not COVID. I know, like, the COVID shot can, like, there's a thing called, like, COVID arm or something, and it, like, my friend at work, when she got the vaccination, like, her arm looked horrible. It, like, swelled up huge and was red for, like, 2 weeks, so I knew that COVID arm was a thing. I didn't know that till recently that COVID toe was a thing. All right, 2nd and 5. Clock's running. 8 minutes left in the fourth. Dak drops back, throws it out of bounds towards Gallup. It's 3rd and 5. So I was grateful Aaron lied about his vaccine, or I would not have had my toe checked out. I'm out of here. I was like, you hacked your toe? Big. Have a good night, JB. Hope the rest of your night goes well. Prescott just got sacked by Ngakwe. That is the first sack of the game for the Raiders. I have no idea what they said to him. Don't hack your toes unless you absolutely have to, JB. So the Cowboys just punted. Yeah, I have no idea what they said to him. I saw where he like elbow / punched that guy. Renfro is still on his feet going. He got it about to the 26-yard line. They were fighting earlier on a punt. Now they're all hugging each other. Football can be weird, man. I hope they just run the ball, keep the clock running. I'm impressed that the Raiders have gotten to 100 yards on the ground. My wife and I have classic COVID. We had to stay at home today, Ugh. Yeah, I had it it was in September, I think, and it was not a fun time. So I'm sorry that you guys got that because it's annoying. I hope you guys aren't too sick from it because I got pretty sick. I didn't know that that's what it was until a couple days in, but I guess that's what it turned out to be. 2nd and 8, thrown to Zay Jones, gets the first down. Yeah, I hope you guys both get better soon. It was a rough one for me. It was like three or 4 weeks for me. I feel like Zay Jones is underrated on this Raiders team because, well, when they had Ruggs and now they have Jackson with Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller, having all these guys like that, I feel like people kind of lose track of Zay Jones, but he's really talented. Like a bad cold right now. That's how mine started. It started off, I thought I had a sinus infection. That's like exactly how it felt. So 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Hand off to Jacobs. He gets about 4. Five and a half minutes. The clock's finally rolling on this game. I feel like it's been a lot of stopped clock a lot. So we're actually rolling, and the Raiders are playing the clock pretty well at the moment, trying to keep it going. All right, 2nd and 6. Let's see if they go back to the ground or if they try to throw it here. Hands off to Jacobs again. It's going to be 3rd down, but it's going to be 3rd and short, but there's a flag. Yep, it's a holding call on the Raiders again. 10-yard penalty. It's going to be 2nd and 16. So many flags. That's what I'm saying. This game is like, at least the clock stayed rolling on this one. So even though it set the Raiders back, it kind of helped them. 2nd and 16. Now they'll probably throw the ball. If they can complete it, keep the clock running. Throws down to Zay Jones. He's gotten 4 or 5. They put him at the 4 yards. So they got a 3rd and 12 now. Clock's still rolling, though. We're almost, by the time they snap this, it'll be under 4 minutes. I'll give it to Raiders fans, man. Like, they've gotten moved around a little bit, and they've been terrible for a while, but they're very loyal. 3rd and 12. Carr loads it up deep. Nearly picked off. He threw it to Zay Jones. It's 4th and 12 now. They're obviously going to punt this right now. Vitamin C and D helped me immensely. Lots of stay hydrated as well. Too many flags. That's what I'm saying. It's horrible. Okay, so there's another flag because they chose to take the delay of game to go back 5 yards, kick it better, I guess. Yeah, he did have a 68-yard punt in the first half, so if he can boom it again, they'll be in a good spot. 207 total yards worth of penalties in this game. Cedric Wilson's got it. He's still on his feet. He's on the 25. He's on the 30, and he's pushed out at about the 31. Oh, I thought there was going to be another fight. I was like, that's the last thing this game needs to be drawn out. Not a lot of faith. Even if Dallas scores a touchdown, they probably won't convert a two-pointer. Yeah, they were unsuccessful the last time. So they ended up losing a point by changing their mind and going for two when they already had the one because of a penalty. They're not running commercials quite as much now because they know they're getting too close to the other game. That starts in half an hour. I mean, I could see him getting it. So they got it. They tackled Brown down after about 3 yards after that, or 4 yards. So it's gonna be 2nd and 6. Dallas is moving quick now. The last time the Cowboys came back from double digits on Thanksgiving was 2013. He loads up deep for Gallup, and he got him. He got him. How does Dallas offensive line look today? They've only given up 1 sack. They have only rushed for like 40 yards today, but that's probably because they've been behind almost the entire game. So I would say it hasn't been bad. Not many of their penalties have been on the offensive line. So, I mean, I think they're holding up fairly well. Dak's been pressured, but he's still been able to make some good plays under the pressures. You know, I mean, it's Dak. He's good at that, and he's not throwing any picks. Okay, so they handed it off to Zeke for 1 yard. See, that the offensive line has been good for them except for when they're running the ball, which, I mean, yeah, that's a huge part of it, but they've given him time to throw for the most part. They just have unable to run the ball. Dak throws up deep to Schultz, and that's a touchdown. All right. They were very aggressive on this one. So it's 28 as of right now. Let's see if they can convert this 2-point conversion. All right, here comes the 2-point conversion. 2:54 left in it. It's a 2-point game right now. They think he should run it, so they handed. Nope, he fakes it to Schultz. It's a tie game. Wow. This game can't go into overtime. It's the first time this game's been tied since 0-0. What a game. That's why I don't gamble. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't tell you who was going to win this game, but so with 2:54, both teams have 2 timeouts. Someone has to score. This game can't go into overtime. Like, I wouldn't have bet on that either. I didn't think they'd be able to do it. Oh my God. I'm predicting a deep ball to Renfro to get him in field goal range. Or Zay Jones. Excuse me. I'm allergic to overtime. I don't want this game to go to overtime. All right, Zerline put it in to a touchback. Let's go K. Let's see what Carr has in crunch time. Oh, we win. I'm so sorry, man. You're right though. At least he won't miss another kick. All right, Carr drops back. Loads up to Deshaun Jackson. He's got the 50. Oh well, there's a flag down though. All right, there's no foul in the play. $29 yards for the first play. They better start running the ball. Because the Cowboys do have 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning as well, so they got to play smart here. They can't give the Cowboys too much time. They can't go score. I mean, if they want to put 7 up right here, then maybe. 10 for 12 for 166. Yeah, if this game goes into overtime, I still have to eat. Hand off to Jacobs, who's gotten 5 or 6. Sorry, I was shaking the camera, but it's nerves of this game. Yeah, I mean, he's had a 56-yard play, a 54-yard play, and a 29-yard play, and then a couple of shorter ones. Oh, they got the Cowboys offside. What Kat said, we'll be here when you get back. Yeah, I appreciate it, you guys. Oh, they got him for a false start. They will go for 2. Nah, they won't go for 2 because if they miss it, then if the Cowboys get 7 and just kick a field goal, they'll win. That was a bad call. 2nd and 10. I still would have ran the ball there, but he got it to Renfro. All right, and there's a 2-minute warning. Oh. Man, I'm not going to lie. When I came into this game before it started, I thought this was probably going to be just a Cowboys blowout with no chance of return for the Raiders. Boy, was I in for it. This has been an exciting game. I can't even be mad. I've drank quite a bit of water today, which is not a bad thing, but it is a lot. Bless you. I appreciate you, Tim. Yeah, that's what it's starting to seem like. It's just starting to feel kind of like the end of the Chicago Detroit game, burning the clock and then kick a field goal. If they get a first down here, if they don't, then they might have to settle for a deep field goal and hope it goes in. And it all depends if they get this next first down. What's up, Mary Beth? You're catching us at the end of this game, but we will be back for game number 2 at the end of this stream. When I read your first message, Obi, I thought it said yes, Goku, like Dragon Ball Z, which I haven't watched a lot of, but that's exactly what I thought when I read it, and so I don't know why it made me laugh. I was like, he called him Goku. I guess we can call you Goku because that's how your name is spelled on here. You having a nice day, Mary Beth? Are you watching lots of football today? All right, it's 3rd and 3. They have to convert this if they want to try to run the clock at all. No flag. The Raiders, much like the whole league, has been weird this year. No team is guaranteed to win. For God's sake, the Texans beat the Titans last Sunday. Anything's possible. That's the summary of the NFL and the 2021 campaign. No one can, or anybody can win anything. Okay, so he's attempting a 56-yard field goal with still 2 minutes left of the game. Oh, is it long enough? And he made it! What a kick. What a game. Let's update this. 33-30. Raiders back on top. Wow. If they get one stop, this game is over. Awesome game, Colin. Thanks, Tim. This has been fun. This is much, much, much better than Tampa versus New York on Monday. This has been so much more fun to call, so much more fun to watch. I've actually enjoyed this. 152 left, and you should have drafted Carlson instead of Zerline. Out of all the available kickers it's in the blood league, Carlson was like projected the highest of who was available. I don't know who everybody has already drafted. I have Tyler Bass in one league from Buffalo, and then I have Evan McPherson from Cincinnati in my Dynasty League. All right, kickoff is good. It's going to be a touchback. Please do not send this to commercial. All right. Right through the pipes. Come on, Raiders D. You've got one job to do. That's what I'm saying. That comment about going for 2 is for yeah. You know, this reminds me a little bit about the Atlanta Cowboys game from last year that somehow the Cowboys miraculously came back. It was like the biggest Atlanta choke ever. They were up like a lot of points, and they got that onside kick at the end. That was almost picked off on the first play. So it's going to be 2nd and 10, 1:48 to go. 3 more stops, and this game is over. All right, Dak quickly throws to Cedric Wilson, gets the first down. This game's still a game, and they're rolling. Minute 40 and counting left. All right, it was caught to the 85 Brown, but he did not gain very much. A minute 20 and counting. 2nd and 5. That was to Zeke. It's 3rd and 3 now. This is a big play for both teams. A minute to go, and the clock's still rolling. All right, Dak's dropping back. He throws it to Michael Gallup, and he's right on the field goal target line. They called timeout, 46 seconds to go. I swear, no offense, Obi, I hope Greg Zuerlein misses this kick. No, they're not blitzing. They don't want to get burned. And they're not really getting burned. Everyone he's throwing to is, I'm sorry. I don't want this game to go into overtime. 47 seconds left, 1st and 10, and they're a yard away from their field goal target line on the 39-yard line. I don't know if I said that already. Dak loads up to Wilson. Oh, the Raiders got a player down. Might have to unsubscribe. You can't win every week. I'm getting my butt kicked this week. I understand. I'm not saying I want him to miss because I don't want this game to be more exciting, but I don't want to leave this stream rolling and me not be in this chair. So there's 37 seconds left. The Cowboys are moving. At this point, turnover or touchdown? Turnover or touchdown? They still have one timeout, so they might try to run the ball at least once. But there's 37 seconds left. 29-yard line. What's going on? The whistles are blowing. Medical timeout. So they're taking a Raiders player off the... Well, this game is... They couldn't make this go on any longer, could they? Dallas still has one timeout. Yeah, they both have one timeout, so I could see them running the ball one play. They got Zeke in the backfield, but... "32 seconds left. It's 2nd down. Threw it to Zeke on the sideline. He only got about a yard or two. He didn't get very much on that. This game, man. This is just stupid. Incomplete to Schultz. No flag, 3rd and 8. Well, they didn't call flag on the last one. Just like the Cowboys to make things difficult. Yeah, no kidding, man. That's what I'm saying. This feels so much like that Atlanta game from last year. Greg Zuerlein's contemplating his whole life right now because he knows if he has to kick, they're probably going to take him out back and jump him if he misses. Dallas would have the lead just with those 2 kicks that he missed earlier. Dak loads up. No flag. It's 4th and 8. So here comes the kick. Here comes the decision making. If this game goes into overtime, I'm going to close it down, go grab some food, and then start up the other stream and go into this overtime. Just letting you guys know because I need to get something in my stomach. But if this goes into overtime, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a 45-yard attempt, 24 seconds left of the game. Clock's rolling down. A kick is going up. And there's still 19 seconds left, so I'm taking the scoreboard down because it is tied and probably going into overtime. But when these 19 seconds run out and if there is no more points scored, I'm just going to close down the stream, go run and get something to eat really quickly. I'm going to run back in here and I'll pull up the Buffalo Saints stream and then I will cover as much of what's left of this game at the beginning of that. Just so I don't have to leave this running with the screen up. I know, Rick. I know. They've tied the game twice in the last 3 minutes. This has been the most back and forth, even football game I've seen this year. I've seen plenty of overtime games this year, but this game has been the most evenly performed by both sides, even down to the penalties. All right, so he's going to kick off. This is probably going to be a touchback. Actually, I don't know. He might try to keep it in bounds so the clock rolls. All right, yeah, he didn't even go back for it, so it's going to be a touchback. 19 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a Renfro deep ball and line this up for a field goal. What's Zuerlein sitting at now, Obi-Wan? -3? He's coming back a little bit. Nope, they're going to kneel. All right, you guys. With that being said, they're going to kneel. This is going to go into overtime. I'm going to close this down right now. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so, as fast as I can. I'm going to drop really quickly. Let me pull this up. This is the 6th overtime game of all time and on Thanksgiving. But here is the link to the other stream. I'll be over there in like 5 to 10 minutes so I can get going with whatever's left in this. And I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Unless they score before I get back, then we'll get ready for the other game. But I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. I don't even know like how to say bye for like 5 minutes. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to end this now, and I'll be right back.